What's up, everybody? It's Andrew Schultz. I am joined here with Tax Stone. Tax, say hello to the listeners.
Hello, listeners.
And my boy Akash Singh.
What's up, y'all?
You guys know Akash Singh. He's been on the show before. You know him from MTV, Wildin' Out, and all these things. Charlemagne is not in the studio right now. Charlemagne he had to get out of New York. He's trying to avoid black women. He went to Massachusetts. There's a very low population of black women in Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. And he's scared. He's running right now. He's on the run.
And it truthfully hurts me to see how a black woman chase a black man out of the state like that.
I know, it's fucked up. You know what I mean?
I need solidarity now more than ever.
I know. It's bad. It's something dangerous. It's something that we need to look at. But I'm here. We're still doing Brilliant Idiots. Next week, we're going to have Charlemagne on. He's going to address all this stuff. And we're going to figure it all out. We still need to talk about it. I still have some opinions. I still want to discuss these things. Tax is trying to have beef with the whole feminist community.
Yeah. I want war.
You want war?
I want war.
Who are you comparing them to earlier, buddy?
The Muslims in prison.
There we
it's
go.
like a gang.
Wow.
There we go.
Nah, seriously.
Go at everyone, Tex.
Nah, seriously, man. I'm actually doing an interview right now with Lube from Bad Boy from the Feds.
Yeah.
And he's Muslim and like real deep into the religion, you know what I mean? And I explained to him, I'm like, in New York City prisons, like Muslims is really a gang. Like it's not no religion.
Yeah.
It might be people that's really, they believe in a religion, but when they get there, it's like, I'm joining the Muslims for protection type thing.
I thought you joined to get better food.
I guess. I was Jewish
the halal
in jail.
Food. For real, you could because the food is better,
I
right?
was Jewish in jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got all the matzah crackers in the box.
That's good.
Yeah, it was the Jewish and the Muslims get fed better.
Why would you stop being Jewish when you got into entertainment? That's what I can't figure out. You should have held on to that.
Well, my mother is Jewish. I talk a lot of shit about Jews, but my mother's actually Jewish. You know what I mean?
She is?
I never said it in public because I try to I talk shit about every group. Mm-hmm. I just want to be like the outcast to everybody. So I talk shit about black people, Jews, Chinese people.
Hold on. So your mom's Jewish how?
What you mean how?
Like she's a black Jew? Like
a black Jew.
Really?
But not a Hebrew Israelite?
No.
Okay.
She's Jewish.
She's a black Jew. Where's she from? From Panamania? There's a lot of black Jews in
from Honduras.
Or whatever. Honduras. Yeah.
Well, in all of those Spanish countries, it's like you'd be surprised what religion a motherfucker is. Like seriously.
Right.
Because it was not just back in the day, but even in the present future, so many cultures going out there to rape the country. And if you got a little bit of money, you know what I mean, and you that religion, other people start to follow you. Like Trump is KKK, so now we like all KKK. I'm honorary KKK.
Right.
Why is Trump KKK?
How is he not?
Well, tell me how he is first.
He's white. He got a toupee.
KKK can't afford toupee. That's why they wear hoods.
It's deep.
Yeah, if you were proud of your hair, you wouldn't fucking block it, wouldn't you? This guy loves his hair. He's the opposite of KKK. Matter of fact, Trump's ego is too big to be KKK. KKK is anonymity, right?
Yeah,
Trump is all about him. He's like, fuck the KKK. I'm not covering this up. I'm beautiful. I'm gold.
I just want to say shout out to Donald Trump. He one of my biggest inspirations of 2016, man.
Okay. I can't agree with you there.
He went to war with the entire world
and
won.
Well, okay, he went to war with America.
No, with the world.
Yeah,
but the world doesn't do anything to America. If Sweden is like, we don't like Trump, it's not like America's going to go, okay, you know what, you're right, Sweden.
Yeah, but still.
It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Unfortunately, it just doesn't matter.
The leader of he's the leader of the free world.
Like
if
you're
America, the president of the United States, you basically run the world.
That factors into your vote.
But here's the thing. If America doesn't like a leader somewhere else, right?
We'll remove him.
We'll fucking remove him. It's shitty. I'm not saying this is good, but it's like, we could go to Honduras. I'm sure there was a time where we had a leader in Honduras and America was like, we don't like it. And then Honduras was like, fuck you. And then we started arming all the farmers with the sandals and shit. And then they took it over. And then there's a new leader.
Shout out to MS-13.
Shout out to... That's El Salvador, bro.
No, it's Honduras.
That's
also.
El Salvador.
All of that right there. Nicaragua, El Salvador.
But it started in El Salvador, MS-13.
Yeah, but believe me,
La
it's
mala
humongous
salvatrucha.
You know, you got to give Trump credit for it. Like, think of how everybody's coming at Charlemagne. Think a bunch of people start coming at you on Twitter. You start kind of tweaking your language a little bit.
Yeah.
Trump had that times a million and never gave half a fuck.
Yeah, gave two shits.
No, he doesn't give a fuck. I mean, I still think that I don't think he's good to be president. But
sure, I agree.
These other qualities, like
his qualities,
he'd be a great NBA owner. You know what I mean? Like, Trump would be the best. Like, Mark Cuban is good because he's kind of outspoken, but imagine Trump was an NBA owner.
Nah, Trump got to go to a wider sport. He got to go to, like, maybe MLB, maybe, like,
you don't know any owners
team.
of MLB. You need him in the stands. You need him saying he's fired. Like, I want somebody to miss a last-second free throw or whatever like that, and then he's fired.
A NASCAR owner.
But what do they do? Like, they're not there. I need somebody on the front row talking shit. What, to be a, what's it called?
NASCAR.
Really?
Nobody
I could own
a
it.
NASCAR.
There's no black people in NASCAR?
Nope.
Brad Daugherty, former Cleveland Cavaliers.
He's not black.
So hold on one second.
The moment he joined NASCAR,
Chris is saying there's a black dude. How are there no black people in NASCAR? But you guys go to Fast and the Furious 14. Any Fast and the Furious movie. This is what I love. You hear people shit all over. They're like, NASCAR's so stupid, and then Fast and Furious comes out and $100 million first weekend. It's the same shit.
No, it's not.
It's the same shit, only with shittier cars.
It's not the same.
Matter of fact, if you loved America, you would love NASCAR.
Rednecks only know how to drive on clear spaces. That's why it's NASCAR.
Okay.
Fast and the Furious is about Asians, Hispanic dudes with souped up Civics, running through the city. They might ride through a Target in their car. You understand what I'm saying?
So you're basically crippling the American economy by supporting these foreign-made vehicles. Why don't you support a fucking Ford? Okay. Why don't you support what's another one? GMC.
America.
Chevy.
I'm not buying shit that's American made.
What about Honduran?
I'm buying shit from out the country to fund terrorism. You understand?
Okay.
If I find out,
okay,
I like where this is going.
I'm about to start using heroin.
You don't have the skin color to agree.
If the heroin is still coming from Afghanistan, I'm going to start using heroin. I want to support the terrorists.
Have you ever done heroin?
No.
Never?
No. I've been high off heroin, but I've never done it.
How? Like some Bill Clinton shit?
I was bagging it up.
Did you?
If you bag up heroin with no gloves, you're going to get high.
And what was the high like?
Dope.
Tell you the truth, I couldn't even tell you. We all went to sleep in the kitchen.
That's what the high was like, fam.
Yeah, we had like a brick of dope.
But no
homegirl kitchen.
But no gay shit?
No gay shit.
No, I'm just saying, some drugs make you do gay shit. Is heroin one of those gay drugs?
I think.
Did you guys hold each other? Did you hold each other in the kitchen as you went to sleep?
Nah.
What's the gayest thing you ever done, though?
What's that? The gayest thing I ever
We having white boy fun, Tex? We having white boy fun.
Now, I'm going to be honest, and I had to catch myself doing this. Okay. I was literally,
say dick talk?
I was snap videoing a dude back and forth to Norway, and I don't even like FaceTime dudes. And he just hit me like, yo, Tax, we fuck with you hard. They was smoking weed out the bong. And then I snapped him back. I was like, yeah, I'm getting hard too, bro. And then he hit me back, and I was like, this shit is gay as shit. So, word up, man.
Damn, bro. Just smoking weed with dudes in Norway. All right. So we're here, man. Let's figure out this whole shit.
Charlemagne is ducking the New York City right now because black blogs, black women especially, and I want to say this because I peeped a lot of women coming at Charlemagne. I also peeped them create the rhetoric that Noah, what's his name exactly?
Tommy Laren.
No. Trevor Noah. Pardon me. Trevor Noah. They said Trevor Noah went out with Tommy Loren because she was pretty. I didn't even know the bitch was pretty. Right. Like, I'd never even seen. I didn't look at that. All I seen was what she was saying.
She's pretty.
I think a lot of black women sometimes use their insecurities for things like that. Where I didn't get that part where it was like, if she was ugly, then nobody would want to dinner with her, walk the street. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
all right, maybe that's the case.
I feel like that's 100% true, and why is that a problem?
Yeah.
You think that's true?
I mean, girls go to dinner with guys who are famous just because they're famous. Yeah. Why can't guys go to dinner with girls that are hot just because they're hot?
But I don't think that's like, where did you find that in that photo? Like, oh, they only went out with her because what if they was discussing some real business?
They probably did, but they already had a discussion on the Daily Show where they talked real shit.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think it's harder to get listened to if you're pretty. I don't want to hear what you got to say.
Or you have less respect for what a person have to say. Here's the thing that was weird, and this is something that's tough. It's tough for a lot of people, I think, to accept. But like Tomi Lahren's people, and I don't know if it's her responsibility or her people, but they're genius because they found a way to monetize outrage. Mm-hmm. They knew that there is a group of people on the internet spearheaded by black women.
Called Black Twitter.
Black Twitter, right?
Especially the Bayhive.
The Bayhive is out there, absolutely.
Came for Beyonce, and we launched her right into the black
Oh,
community.
that's brilliant.
That was the first thing she did.
Okay.
That was the first time the black community ever seen her.
I didn't know that. That's brilliant. She a G for that.
So basically, you got to think about this, right? They found a way. They say, oh my God, these people are going to be outraged whenever we do this. Whenever we push a button or this button is pushed, they're going to be outraged, right? Mm-hmm. How can we monetize that outrage? Okay? So what they did is they essentially put out material that they knew would outrage them, and then they let Black Twitter do the promotion for them. They were the fucking PR. They were the press. It was free advertising. They're literally, Tomi Lahren is NWA. And Black Twitter is the FBI. Remember when the FBI came out and they were like, NWA, this is dangerous, this is fucked up, we can't have this shit happen like that. And then what did people do? Go, oh, it's dangerous? Well, I need to listen to that shit. I'm trying to listen to that dangerous shit. That's what's up.
I don't understand. This has been happening for years. Rush Limbaugh was the same thing.
Exactly.
Tomi Lahren is the same thing. Skip Bayless in sports is the same thing. These people just try to make you mad so you listen, and then we keep buying into it thinking it's real every time. It's not.
But here's the bullshit. It's like you're upset at Charlemagne and Trevor Noah for apparently giving Tomi Lahren a platform. You gave her a platform.
We gave her the platform.
We
created Tomi Lahren.
Me included. All of us.
I spoke to Jay-Z about Tomi Lahren. He responded on a record to Tomi Lahren. And she trolled us.
So it's your fault.
I could fully, not just my fault. It's all of our faults.
No, but we did it together.
We're doing it right now.
We're doing it. Honestly, we're doing it right now.
So what I'm saying is this, especially the black women, a lot of black blogs, black owners from black blogs was coming to Charlemagne saying, yo, you gave her a platform. And then the next day, they posting videos of her on their blogs.
Yeah.
I'm like, you gave her the platform.
We got to act like...
They said she had 60 million listeners, on YouTube before we ever got to her.
Yeah.
Guess what? We didn't know who that bitch was.
Yep.
There is a group of KKK dudes that give speeches on YouTube, too, that also have 10 million followers.
Yep.
But we was not saying anything because they didn't say shit about Beyonce or Jay-Z.
Absolutely right.
So soon as she said something about Beyonce or Jay-Z, the black community is like, who is this bitch?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we promoted her.
You know what she is? She's like the gangster rapper that goes at Jay-Z. No, not the gangster rapper. She's but not even 50. She's less than 50. She's the I'm trying to think who was the most nobody of nobody. Like she's literally a no-name rapper that goes at Jay-Z, right? And Jay-Z is Black Twitter, right? And Jay-Z responds. Like Jay has always been smart with his beefs. He's like, I'm not gonna come back. Yeah, or Joe going to Drake.
Joe going to Jay-Z.
It was Joe going to Jay-Z. Oh, shit, okay. But it's like, if you respond, you validate that person. You validate his gripes and you validate everything he says.
Real talk, think this is how Trump won the election. We kept giving him publicity.
Yeah. We gave him the platform.
And people listened, but the more we got outraged, the more publicity he got, and the more he reached those people.
You know what it is? It's like...
In the digital age, we feeding motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
For instance, Designer. Designer came out. I knew Designer was going to pop because he sounded like Future.
Yeah.
People hated that he sounded like Future so much, they kept streaming him. Listen to this dude that sounds like Future. Listen. Platinum. Yeah. Double platinum. Yeah. Triple.
So Tomi Lahren is just the white female Future.
There you go.
Or the white female Designer.
You know what I mean?
Yo, all it is like, you know that saying, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there, does it make a sound?
Yeah.
It don't make a sound. But what we're doing right now is bringing people to the woods. We're literally grabbing people by their hands and go, yo, check out this tree. This shit about to fall. You gotta
like her. I like her. When I see that video,
Tomi?
No, I didn't meet her. We got the same agent.
You and Tomi Lahren.
Yeah.
That's
Who were you
great.
with?
Chill. I don't like to expose mine.
Great.
There's like 3 agencies out there.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like saying I play the NBA. Which team? I'm not telling you. I can't tell you which team I play for. Okay, so you're with ICM. Okay. So you're on Tommy's team.
No, I'm not on Tommy's team.
She's out there saying be safe, though.
I want some pussy for saying be safe, though. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
How much pussy you think that she has to give you for that?
Oh, 4 minutes.
4 minutes? You think you could do it?
She probably got some good pussy. I don't know. Like, she sounds evil. Evil chicks be having good pussy.
That's true.
And I feel like for my ancestors, for Frederick Douglass, you know what I mean, for Nat Turner.
Frederick Douglass had a white wife, I think, right? Am I mistaken?
It's only right.
No, he did not.
I think I've heard it. I don't know. I didn't
Only
care enough
right
to look
that
it
I
up.
cream pie.
I mean, you got to leave it inside. But she doesn't believe in
I want
abortion.
to cream pie her and
Right.
then play Queen Latifah, UNITY in the background. You know, just to give back. You know.
Okay.
But we got to stop giving people platforms. We created Trump. People keep,
We created Tommy, all this shit. But you know what it is? It's people are just outthinking everybody. It's like, if I know people are going to be outraged, how can I monetize it? It's the same shit. Like if I know people are going to go to the park, if I know people, or even with the podcast, if I know, well, I mean, that's true. But if I know for a fact that, 200,000 people, 250,000 people are going to listen to a podcast, I could go to an advertiser and say, hey, would you like to advertise on my podcast? I know 250,000 people are going to be there. Yeah. So if we know what to do, I think, and we often ask that question, like, how do black women get the same platform? Because that's where Charlamagne got in trouble.
Yeah.
Right? Charlamagne said something to the extent of, I wish a black or Latina woman could have the same, use the internet to have the same platform that Tommy had.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, that is not possible. And I'll tell you why. Because white people are not allowed to be outraged by minority struggles.
Exactly.
When a white person says all these black kids are shooting each other in Chicago, immediately the internet goes, what are you, racist? What are you trying to do? Maybe we should ask why they are, because the white man doing some shit. So you have quieted, or we as a culture have quieted white outrage, right? White people are not allowed to be outraged. If outrage is the fuel to this fire, you can't get that sort of fire because there's no fuel there.
Yeah. I feel like, I feel like we need that woman. We need those women or those men. There's nobody from the black community that's as brave as Tommy, Loren, or whatever. You know why? Because we fear the consequences. And I was going in on Twitter yesterday.
There are no consequences.
I was like,
no. The outrage makes you think twice.
The consequences stop your money. See?
Okay.
You could, like, for instance, I've lost sponsors. You know what I mean? Like, you can lose sponsors off of certain things that you say.
Right.
If the people don't agree with you or have the same, whatever it might be, they don't agree.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, we're not sponsoring him anymore.
But what for example, we would do on Common Sense all the time, right? Every episode of Common Sense, Crystal would say some violently racist shit towards white people. And white people in the crowd would just nod and kind of agree. Yeah, I guess we are devils. I guess we are devils. I guess because white people are not allowed to showcase outrage. And matter of fact, they're even desensitized to it. White people don't even care when shit is said about white people. We're so used to people shitting on white people that we don't give a fuck.
Nah, because y'all know what y'all did. That's why.
No white people feel responsible for anything.
I told motherfuckers, I said, they was like, yo, man, wow, all those white guys out there buying all the guns and shit like that. I said, nigga, if you violated somebody for 400 years, would you not be waiting for them to come back and ride? The thing is that we ain't coming back to ride. We just want to march, be peaceful. Yeah. We want to be reasoning. We want to talk and be like, but we're so reasonable when they ain't being reasonable. Me personally, I feel like we need to go out there, get our AR-15s up, get our groups up, start the black KKK. We gonna call it the BBB. You know what I mean? And ride, motherfucker. Do the same thing. Mimic their moves. If this is Tommy Loren out there acting like that, build up the black person that's gonna do that. The thing is that a lot of those people like Glenn Beck's and all those weird, these motherfuckers getting donations and shit. We gotta fund the people that you want to speak your message.
First of all, white people feel no association to the oppression. Like if you ask the average white person, do you feel responsible? They'd be like, absolutely not. Just as you don't feel any connection, I imagine, to like what Jews have went through in your life. You don't identify as Jewish. You are Jewish. I am white, so technically maybe there's some whiteness attached to this oppression, but I don't feel like I'm responsible for that shit, right? So, but when it comes to creating that platform, we can't deny the fact that black women have already created multiple platforms for their voices, right? Watch ABC, watch Scandal, watch How to Get Away with Murder, watch any show on VH1 is catered towards black women. Black women have tons of platforms, but these platforms have been created through celebration, not shitting on somebody. And shitting on somebody is always more attractive. When you see a car accident, it's way more visual than a car ride, right? Nobody wants to ride a beautiful car ride going through a red light or green light. We want to see the red light, boom, smash. And that's what Tommy Loren is. She's a fucking car accident. And we want to showcase. It's World Star. There's way more fights on World Star than there are kisses.
Tommy, I like Tommy, man. I keep telling people, and people, when I say I like somebody, that don't mean that I agree. Like, I like her braveness. Because the thing is, she's speaking for a large group of people.
I respect.
Why don't you want to hear what she has to say?
Yeah.
If she had 60 million viewers, that means 60 million people was kind of digging what she had to say.
Yeah.
Stop trying to pacify racists. Allow the racists to be racist. Like, like even the jobs, they like, if you're racist, you shouldn't be allowed to have your job. I think that people should be allowed to be who they are, because just like Trevor Noah said, what happens after he loses his job? You think the racism goes away? That shit doesn't leave.
It festers.
Yeah, it's still there.
That's how this shit grows. And if we can't disagree, and if we can't be honest and have honest conversations, and if you're racist, you're a bad person, don't even talk ever. It's like we're not gonna progress. We're just sitting here in the same place. I like Tommy Loren just because she says some shit that people are gonna disagree with. I respect that about you. I don't agree with it. Respect it.
Yeah,
that's important.
For instance, you Indian, right?
Yeah.
So
very.
You very Indian, very Indian, very Indian. I seen your peoples in North Dakota the other day.
Other Indians.
Wrong. No, but say for instance at work, you hang out with a guy. Let's say Andrew Schultz is your coworker, but he hates you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
You
hang out with this dude every day, and then you find out that he completely hates Indians. Like, you're gonna feel so fucked up. Like, oh my God, like I was hanging with somebody that might want to see me dead. Like, I'd rather know. That's
why I love the South. The South is, when it's there, it's much more open, and I can read that. I can't read this North stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Because in New York, they kind of scared. I'm pretty sure we're around racists every day too. But it's such a diverse city that nobody's gonna just bust out like, shut the fuck up, nigger. You know what I mean? And Walmart down south, you might get a nigga or 8.
Yeah, because you could go a day without seeing a black person.
Yeah.
In New York, if you hate black people, that's got to be stressful. Like, how you gonna get to work? Like, you got to go on the train.
Anybody
you got to go on the subway. And what happens if you go on the subway? You're about to miss it, and then the fucking doors reopen for you, and it's a black conductor. Now you got to kind of like that motherfucker. You got to be like, black people ain't that bad. Because I'll be honest, and Trevor said this on the Breakfast Club interview, and I've been saying this on this show for a while. I don't believe in racism when you get to know somebody. It's hard to be racist against somebody when you know them, because you either find more shit that you hate about them that's specific, or you end up liking a motherfucker.
You end up liking them, yeah.
So it's like that racism shit is for people who never engage with these folks. Like, and then this is how you could tell. Whenever, like, you ever have, like, a white person that might be racist, they'll meet you and they'll be like, yo, you're different. You're one of the good ones.
Yeah.
It's
no,
like,
I had that. Like,
that happens all the time. And it's like, you got to go to him and say, well, how many have you met of me? And then he'll be like, oh, just you. It's like, well, maybe we're all pretty good. You just don't know.
Because they're not exposed to it.
Exactly.
So I understand that. And that's another reason why I understood Crystal. Because I used to wonder, I'd be like, yo, why the fuck is Crystal so, like, violently black? Like, she's like a Black Panther ×9. Yeah. And she said, yo, I grew up in Oklahoma. I was like, all right. I was like, all right. Like, and I knew that had to be white because I didn't know no black people from Oklahoma. Yeah. So I was like, well, that had to be a thing. I could see why you are who you are today. Yeah. But me being a black person that grew up in New York City, such diversity, what the fuck, Jesus
diversity.
Christ. Yeah, diversity. You understand, like, yo, I grew up around Russians. Like, I grew up around Russians, Ukrainians. Like, it was mixed.
Like, if I don't like somebody, a group of people from New York, I got a good reason, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're from New York and you say to me, yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like Chinese people. I don't go, you're racist. I go, what happened? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got a good ass reason why you too much. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have been in Chinatown, they might have harassed the shit out of you. They might have said, get the fuck out of here.
New York's so diverse. Tax knows the difference between Russians and Ukrainians.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a diverse ass place.
Because I told somebody one day in this studio, I was like, you from Ukraine? You're not from Russia. You from the Ukraine. That's what it is, the Ukraine. So she was like, how did you know that? I was like, I grew up around y'all. Babushka. But yeah, it's just one of them things. Like, yo, man, like, you're not gonna. I like what you said about down south, because you're right about that. It's openly. My thing is with the people from down south is when they talk about like guys up north, it's like, my guy, you literally probably drive past Confederate flags twice a day. Believe me, it's dudes in New York that probably got Confederate flags inside their home. Yeah. But they won't flag them outside of their home.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I've hung out growing up with people with Confederate flags in their garage or whatever, and This might sound like some whatever shit, but I never felt any like weirdness from them. I thought it was weird.
You know, it is.
But
A lot of them don't even know what the fuck it stands for anyway, or where it really comes from. They just raised in it. I grew up with this flag around. It's almost like a Crip from Compton.
Yeah.
I grew up with this blue flag. That's all I know. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm Crip. Why you Crip? I don't know.
I was raised on Crip Street.
Yeah. I think it's like there's probably a lot of people that follow Tomi Lahren that don't realize that her rhetoric is very racially insensitive. Just like there's probably a lot of people who have Confederate flags that might not realize that Confederate flag is very racially insensitive. Right? We like to assume the worst of everybody that we disagree with, right? Like if you and I disagree on a topic, it's like, oh, because this guy's a piece of shit.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot. Yeah. He's an asshole. Not just because, he has a different opinion about something. And I think that's why it's important. That's why it's important that Charlamagne and Trevor met up with Tomi. I personally would like to see them first meet up outside of TV. Get a sense of Tomi. Get a sense of who she is. Do you think that she's somebody who is malleable, who could change her opinions, possibly who's willing to listen and hear your opinions? I would test her out like that personally first. And then if I felt like she was capable of that, I'd bring her onto my platform. But if I got a sense from meeting her that there was no wiggle room whatsoever, it's like, what's the point of having a discussion with you? You know what I mean?
Me personally, I was kind of offended when people was coming after Charlamagne at first because I actually was going to get somebody from the KKK on my show in August.
Yeah.
And he had declined me, like, last minute. I'm like, I was bringing somebody on here from the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I wanted to speak to him. Like,
real talk.
I want to know where your brain is.
Yeah.
And you also, the reason why I feel like it's important I want to give people like Tomi a platform because I also want black kids to know that this exists. This exists. So when they see it, they're so shocked. They're like,
I don't.
What are you shocked about?
And there's a lot of young
What
kids.
do you mean by this exists? Like,
no, people who think like her
Yes.
exist.
Right.
And it needs to be known. It should be broadcasted that it's people out there that think like her. And it should be broadcasted that, 60 million people watching her also.
Interesting.
They might be agreeing. You need to know what's going on around you.
But just because you watch it doesn't mean you agree.
That's true too.
Like every person on Black Twitter.
But I'm pretty sure a lot of those.
Sure.
This is
real quick.
Okay.
Just what you're saying. Like, I just don't want us to look at that number and mean that means there's 60 million fucking KKK people out there. Because you and I watched that video. Akash watched the video. Every girl on Black Twitter that retweeted and said how racist she was also watched the video. So I want to know, to be honest, how many of those views are actually us? Like, what if the majority of her views are us, bro?
It wasn't because she had those views before the Beyonce comments and shit like that. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure some people might have been on her. But what I tried to explain to black people, especially Black Twitter, I was like, y'all not understanding how retarded y'all are. As many white people out there that might agree with what Tomi Lahren is saying, they can't openly say they agree. They can't post it on their Instagrams. They can't post it on their Facebooks. And if they do, it's because they're in some real small racist town or wherever it might be where they could get away with it. Other people cannot say out loud that they agree with her. Yeah. But we had on our Instagrams, our Facebooks, every social media you could possibly think. We gave her the promotion of a lifetime. We crossed her over.
Now she can reach the people.
That's right.
We Justin Bieber.
White people can be racist. They just can't be racist and proud.
You can't be. Yeah, they can't be racist and proud.
You got to be racist and quiet.
Yeah, you can't.
This shit is Cuba out here, bro.
Yeah, you can't do that. So that's what I was trying to explain to them when they was like, "She had a platform. You have no idea." I said, "No." We gave her
she had a small
new
platform
level of platform. Black people are the fucking
you
biggest
made her
consumers.
Shonda Rhimes.
You made her mainstream.
You made her fucking Shonda.
We made her Bieber.
Yeah.
We crossed her over. We said, Lil Wayne, get on this record with Justin Bieber. And that's what happened. She became hip-hop overnight. I said, you know what I tweeted?
Yeah.
I said, we promoted her so much that there's some black people out there right now who know who Tomi Lahren is over Marcus Garvey. And you know what motherfucker tweeted? Text. I just looked up who Marcus Garvey was.
What team does he play for? He's on the Colts. Yo, what team is Marcus Garvey? Yo, how many rushing yards Marcus Garvey got?
An hour later, tweeted he didn't know who Marcus Garvey was. You understand? So why are we not posting up who Marcus Garvey is on Shade Room or the Ball Alert or whatever? Why are we giving this woman a platform and being mad at other people for talking to her when you giving her a platform to expose?
You know what's funny though? Because of Tomi Lahren, there's a black guy out there who knows who Marcus Garvey is.
Yeah.
Tomi Lahren did a lot for the civil rights movement just there.
Oh nah, she did a lot. What she also did was an old move that I don't even know if she knew she was doing it. But look at all the black people arguing now with each other over her.
Divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer.
That's brilliant.
It's like, look what just happened.
Here's what I was saying, what you were saying about like you want to bring the Klan member on so people know there's something like that.
Yeah.
My baby cousin went through racism in his school. Somebody said something to him and it broke my heart, but it's also like, good, I want you to know this exists. I don't like this utopian idea kids are growing up with that everyone gets along. Race doesn't exist. Nah, you need to know who you are, be proud of who you are, and get a sense of your roots real quick because the world has these people.
Yeah.
And you always gonna be different. So I think it's these kinds of things. There's a place for these things to be said out loud. I think.
You know what? I completely agree with you. I think that we're creating a country of pussies. I think we're creating a country of pathetic fucking pussies who aren't capable of dealing with any hardship. When we create these what are called safe spaces where you're at school and you're at college and you can't hear a certain word because it will trigger you, or you can't hear or someone can't talk to you in a certain way because it will trigger you or hurt your feelings. We're creating pathetic kids. That's what we're creating. Life is rough, yo.
I keep telling people
life is fucking rough.
What the fuck?
Right?
Yo,
you need to prepare people. You need to prepare people for the roughness of life, right? What you don't do is you don't protect people. You make them brave, right? It's a very simple situation. Like when a hurricane comes and blows down the fucking house that you live in, you don't tell the hurricane next year to not blow hard. You build a stronger fucking house that can handle the hurricane. So we need to stop making these kids fucking pathetic.
Remember when we were kids, all the time we got told life's not fair. All the time. Anytime you complain, that's not fair. Life's not fair. I have not heard that real shit in 15 years. We don't tell kids that anymore. Now we're like, well, life should be fair.
We need to make it more fair. We need to make it more fair.
People fear what they don't understand. Right. So if you teach a child from the very beginning of their learning stages that, listen, this is going to happen, that is going to happen, that is going to happen, and when it happens, they're not scared. Because they understand it already.
Sure. You tell them.
You blanketing them, telling them the world is just euphoric and there's unicorns and shit. Now when the dragon shows up, they're like, oh my God, what's going on?
Dragon here, fam. Dragon in office in January. You
dragon.
No, dude, it's real. It's like what you're doing is you're basically teaching kids how to hit fastballs. Life throws you fucking sliders. Life throws you curves, change-ups.
It's a big-ass curveball.
You got to take a pee? All right, we're gonna take a little break. Taxi, take a pee. We're going to pay these ads. This week's episode of The Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Viceland. Late night TV just got darker. Deezus and the kid Mero have landed their own late night TV show on Viceland. The new TV channel from Vice is called Deezus and Mero, late night to 11 p.m. You might know these guys from the Bodega Boys podcast. You might know these guys from Twitter. You might even know them from the Bronx. But apparently, Twitter, a word that I can't say, from the Bronx can get TV shows. God bless the come up. This isn't a typical late night show, by the way. No white guys named Jimmy, no A-list celebrities selling their new movie, no scripted jokes, no band. Just two guys from the Bronx giving you their take on culture, politics, sports, entertainment, and other subjects they don't really know anything about. Watch Deezus and Mero on TV on Viceland every Monday through Thursday night at 11 p.m. Make sure you tune in because Mero has mad kids to feed. Deezus has sneakers to buy. Other late night shows, well, make sure you just watch this one. Go to Viceland.com to find your channel and check out some free episodes. That's Viceland.com, all right? Check those out. The brand is strong. All right, I got these guys going to take a pee right now. I don't know where the fuck. Oh, here we go. Tax is back. It's okay, baby. We're good. I think Akash went to go take a pee too. But you know what? You know what bothered me? I saw all these dudes. Well, not even dudes. I just saw all these people going at Charlemagne that I thought were like his colleagues. And it was like,
I felt like people was waiting for an opening.
Yo, that's exactly what the fuck I felt.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's funny how you got to be kind of grateful of times of struggle because they expose your enemies that disguise themselves as friends.
Exactly.
Because a lot of these motherfuckers, I think were like chummy, but I think there was some deep-seated jealousy, yo.
Yeah, nah, it definitely was. It showed me. I seen it the first day. I was sitting there in shock, like,
yeah.
I was like,
who?
Shit.
Who'd you see? Who came at him that did? I mean, we don't have to name names.
Who did
Not name names.
Yeah.
Who did it?
Good point.
Who didn't? I seen the subs. I seen everything. I was like, this is kind of beautiful. Because me personally, I like to know who's not against me.
That's a very
you know
true.
what I mean?
There's
I'm not,
value in
I
that.
don't want you to. Please don't be the nigga in disguise around me. You know what I mean?
Because here's the reality of the matter. First of all, these motherfuckers are such sluts for retweets. You fucking retweet whore. You're just as bad as the video chick that takes a fucking picture of her ass and throws it up on Instagram. You're doing the exact same thing for fucking RTs. And here's the thing. In 2 days, nobody's going to give a fuck about this, right? Something's going to happen, and we're all going to completely forget. But Charlamagne will remember what you said.
That's a fact.
And that's a favor he does not have to give you in the future because you will come asking. And it's weak motherfuckers that take advantage of weak people. If you know, like...
No, motherfuckers seen an opening. See, the thing is this.
People love the dog pile.
People want to attack you, but they can't beat you by themselves. So when they see... that whole train of people, that group, they say, we could take them out.
There we go.
We can do this.
Sure.
And then when we can't, it goes back to, hey,
buddy.
Yeah, you just had me mad that day.
Yeah.
No,
Some
you
corny,
was trying to take me out.
Some corny
You were
shit.
they trying to take Charlamagne black card. How you gonna take a black card after a motherfucker had Farrakhan, Dr. Umar, Brother Polite on?
Let me tell you,
the motherfuckers can't get on nothing.
if you got Charlamagne's number and you tweeted him instead of texting him, you're a fucking loser. Real talk, you're not a friend, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah,
you
you're
could
a
have talked
pussy.
to that man to man, you could have talked to him.
You're an absolute pussy because you're doing the same thing that you criticize him for doing with Tommy.
Yeah.
You're using your platform.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
Me
Me
you're
personally,
using
I don't give
you're
a fuck
using your
about none of them
platform.
niggas. And when I say none of them, I mean none of them. And that's why I'm happy I live my life the way I do, because I'm not friends with none of these people. I'm not friends with nobody with other shows.
Yeah.
I'm not friends with people. I want war. I want it. I want it. I invite it all the time. Let's go. You can't beat me. You know why? Because there's nothing you can say to me that can affect me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had a woman, she retweeted me. She said, oh, did you mean to send that tweet to your homeboy Charlamagne who gave Tommy Loren a platform? I said, what platform did he give her? She was like, you know what I'm talking about. I said, shut the fuck up, bitch. And this is how I'm talking back to them, because you coming at me. And people get mad at me because I respond so fast with it, because I be like, shut up, bitch. Because I don't care about that feminist shit.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a black woman. I don't care if you're a white woman. I don't care if you're a white dog, a black snake. If you present anything in a disrespectful form in order to disrespect me, I'm going to immediately respond disrespectfully. Now, people try to disguise their disrespect, and then they try to, hey, I didn't come at you like that. No, yes, you did. And now you coming at me again by trying to insult my intelligence, acting like you didn't come at me a certain way. Don't do it. I'm not the one. I'm not afraid of the feminists. I'm not afraid of gay people. I'm not afraid of straight people, black people, dogs. If you're not a pterodactyl or a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you could get it.
Yeah.
So just know that. I'm not with it. I seen it. It was so sad. I said, wow, look at this shit. They was waiting for this opportunity to get light-skinned Charlamagne out the paint.
It's because it's jealousy, man. It's like, I saw a lot of fucking jealousy, dude. And here's the thing that bothers me about the jealousy. They really thought that they're going to take his spot. This shit ain't a monarchy, bro. It's not Game of Thrones. There's no one king. You got to wait for him to die or kill him. This shit is about greatness. Be better. If you want to take Charlamagne's spot, be better than him.
One thing
but you know you can't beat him.
That nigga is good.
That motherfucker knows what he's doing.
I sat in the house and I watched about 8 episodes of Breakfast Club back to back. And the first thing I said when I turned that shit off is, this nigga is good.
I tell this to people all the time.
Very good.
He's one of the most impressive people I've been around in my life. Just the way he works, he never gets tired. It's insane. He's very good at what the fuck he does. Y'all can sit there and shit on him. You can't do what he does, period. None of you.
And when you shit on him, when he's at his weakest, it just proves to me that you know you can't do what he does, right? Like, what do they say? Like a lion attacks the wounded gazelle, not the mature one, because it knows it can't run with the mature one. So you got to wait for him to be weakest, and then you try to revoke the black card, because you know if you went at him at full strength, he's gonna bury you.
But that's why I started talking the way I was talking. I was like, shut the fuck up, pussy black people, pussy blacks. And I was saying blacks on purpose, because it was like, do y'all not realize that y'all sitting there talking all this black power shit, but you're trying to tear down a black man, actually a black man that been given dudes platforms that ain't supposed to have platforms. Like fucking Farrakhan had a fucking Million Man March last year, some shit, and it was about 2 TV cameras out there.
Fuck Farrakhan, you.
Yo,
me.
99.
Crystal, Kid Fury,
exactly.
Jesus and Mero. Like, look at all these people that he's put on different shows,
he's definitely
man.
the black unemployment.
Noriega. He is the black unemployment line. He need to give white people some opportunities. What the fuck?
He gave 1-1 and everybody went nuts.
I do a podcast with him.
Yo, this whole idea of social media activism, not even Black Twitter, anybody that's, you're a piece of shit, you're a pussy, you're a loser. The whole idea of raising awareness is so lazy. It's, I'm going to make you aware so you can do some shit. Well, I'm not going to do nothing but tweet.
Yo,
you're a fucking loser, dog. You ain't about shit. Don't
dude
come
really
at us.
told me, though.
Don't come at us.
I think I liked it. The dude said, what are you talking about, Tax? Social media is for us to spread awareness so we cannot be ridiculed or some shit. I said, what?
I want to spread my cum on your fucking head. That's what I want to do. Okay, shut the fuck up. Listen, this is such bullshit because this is the thing about social justice warriors. They take on silly nonsense issues so they don't have to take on the real ones. We know the real issues that's going down in America right now. We know the real things that you could actively help right the fuck now.
Open your
but
eyes
you're
and go
tweeting.
to the world?
You're tweeting. Fuck the world for now. We're talking about just America, right?
Yeah.
We know exactly what we need to focus on, what we need to talk about, right? We know every weekend there's going to be kids killed in Chicago. Every single weekend. And there's going to be tweets about Charlemagne meeting with Tommy Lahren. That's the thing that we're going to get up in arms about.
This language is problematic.
Dog, we had the mistrial. There was a mistrial of the Walter Scott cop killer. What exactly happened? 11 out of the 12 jurors wanted to convict for murder, but one didn't, so it went to a mistrial. This happened around the same time as this Tommy Lahren, but what did social justice warriors talk about? Charlemagne, he's a fucking sellout. Not the fact that you have a guy who was murdered by a cop.
Shot in the back.
In cold blood. We have video proof. And you're upset at Charlemagne
but
for saying he wants black women to have
understand.
a platform. Get the fuck out of here.
And he did word it wrong. You know what I mean?
Why did he word it wrong?
He worded it wrong because it wasn't a full explanation. It's like, for instance, I tweet a lot. So if somebody could take one of my tweets and have me looking dumb, I've seen it.
Of course.
They took one tweet and they look at this dumb shit he said, but they ain't say the tweet before it or the tweet after.
Sure.
Which would have, you know what I mean? So what happened with Charlemagne just worded that wrong. You understand?
But
I
how?
knew what he meant.
What did he say that was
What
worded
exactly
wrong?
did he say? He said,
let's look it up.
If we had a black or Latino woman to speak like, and the thing is with me is that I feel like black people always, make up this excuse of, listen, we would have been in slavery still if we didn't have brave blacks. If we didn't have those blacks that said, yo, I'm not with none of this bullshit. It's not going down like this. You know what I mean? If we didn't have that, we would still be in slavery today. So everybody keeps saying, if we had a black woman doing that, they would take her down. They would do this. No, we got to be risk being taken down. I speak about this type of shit on my podcast every day, risking advertisers to not fucking deal with me.
Yeah. No risk, no reward, bro. I mean, real talk, if you want to talk about risk, reward, Trump took some huge risks when he said crazy shit about the issues Americans cared about. Americans cared about immigration? That motherfucker said build a wall. Americans cared about ISIS? That motherfucker said ban all Muslims.
Yep.
Americans cared about, I'm trying to think some other shit. Oh, the Americans cared about jobs or something like that? He said China's stealing all your jobs. Fuck that shit. Like, now I'm not saying I agree with any of these things that he said, but he took a big fucking risk, and there is reward at the end of the risk. If you don't take any risk, there's no reward. Don't be fucking surprised.
You know what a lot of this shit is, and I said this to you, the realest moment in any movie I've ever seen, I think about it constantly, Scarface drunk at the restaurant at the end of the movie, and he says to the whole restaurant, you need me. You need me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy. And that's what so much of this online outrage is. And race excluded. Everybody does it. But that's what we're doing, is we're pointing and saying, I'm good, that's the bad guy.
I start my podcast off and I say hello to the bad guy. It's tax season.
Good for you.
So this girl, she was on Twitter, she said, all you do is slander black women on your podcast and talk down on people. But this is how I know the bitch ain't never listened to my podcast.
Right.
I said, bitch, because if you listen to my podcast, bitch, I'm putting black women in position like, you know how many women hit me like, I have these Instagram models that might hit me like, hey, I want to co-host your show, and I'll be like, all right, what you got going on? And the bitch ain't got nothing going on, so she can't come on my fucking show.
Sure. So
I don't give a fuck how you look, bitch. You dig what I'm saying? But the woman that says, yo, I'm working on this book, or I got this coming out, or I got this show and I'm working on this, and I'll be like, yo, come on. Let's go. Yeah. And it's that easy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'm with helping, especially women. I feel like black women, just like I said, black women have 8 degrees and she's still gonna make less than everybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I look at it like, why not put women in position? So to hear another black woman say that to me, I was so offended. I'm like, how could you question my blackness? Like, I'm the blackest nigga out here.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, you're Jewish and you're Honduran.
I'm blacker than Wesley Snipes.
All
right, so this is what Charlamagne said. Would be dope if a young black or Hispanic woke, in quotation marks, woman used social media to create a platform to be a voice like Tommy Lahren did. What is wrong about that statement?
What is wrong about it is that it was empty. Just like I said, with that comes the things like, well, a black woman can't do that because the people are going to not let her do it, or they're going to take it down, or whatever the fuck it might be. But I understand what Charlamagne means, and I've been telling them nobody's brave enough to attack white people all day the way Tommy Lahren is attacking black people.
I disagree. I think there's just constant attacks of white people. Just white people don't care enough to promote it. Attacking white people on Twitter is literally talking into an echo chamber. Yeah, nobody cares. Like every episode of Uncommon Sense, Crystal says white people are devils 5 times. Nobody gave a fuck. You never get tweets about it. Nothing ever happened. It was never an issue. Let me say black people are devils on one episode of Uncommon Sense. I'll never be on MTV again. Yeah. The outrage, right, is in the Twitter. The black community has a good. Actually, I think this is a good thing. The Jewish community does it as well. They address shit that they don't like about their people, right? Immediately. They address it. Oh, you said this? Now we're nipping that shit in the bud immediately, right? But it only works in one direction. So you can't monetize white outrage if there isn't any.
You're right.
The only person that monetized white outrage is Trump, and he didn't monetize white outrage at minorities within America. He monetized white outrage of the fact that their lives suck in middle America. They were like, yo, your lives suck, right? He's like, yeah. He goes, I'm going to change that shit. They're like, all right, bet, let's go. I love you.
Yep. The Mexicans are taking your job.
Exactly. He used everybody. He used everybody who's outside America. He said Mexicans, China, ISIS. He didn't say anything about the people that are here. When you think about it.
But you know what that is also, man. He preyed on us, like especially those states, New Mexico, Arizona, you know, Colorado, all those states down there that's close to the border. You got a whole bunch of Mexicans out there, and they fucking the women. You know what I mean? The women having mixed babies now. They half white, half Mexican, and they dad that shit probably don't sit right with their father. But he can't remove the Mexicans because there's too many of them. So when you get this motherfucker saying, "I'm gonna build a wall," he's like, "Build that fucking wall now." You know what I mean?
I'm tired of Hector fucking my daughter.
Yeah, real shit. And all Mexicans ever did, man, was clean a house greatly, bring delicious cocaine over here. Yeah, and
delicious cocaine.
You know what I mean? They some good people. I ain't never see Mexicans do too much foul shit,
dude. I bring them all in. Here's my thing. As somebody who's in New York, right, who doesn't work, minimum wage jobs or hard labor jobs, I'm all about Mexican legal immigration. I think it's great. I think they're amazing people. But I can't say that I don't have compassion to the guy who lives in one of these border towns. He's not in work. He doesn't have work, and he sees illegal immigrants doing jobs that he used to do. I can't say I don't have compassion for him when he goes, I want to stop illegal immigration.
They got. You're not built on it. You don't have the hunger that a Mexican has when he comes over and he wants to send $15 back to Mexico.
They do. I'll also say this, and this is why immigrants are important to this country. Immigrants, to get out of whatever country you're in and come here, you're the best of the best, essentially. Exactly. Like, you're at least very, very driven. And if you came over here illegally, you super driven.
Yeah.
But I also understand a guy who says, like, look, I just want legal immigration. I don't think illegal. I understand where he's coming from. I don't think it's a good idea, but I get that. That makes sense.
Look, I'm with you completely, and I agree. The drive of an immigrant, the drive of a legal immigrant is crazy.
Yeah.
The drive of an illegal immigrant is probably 10 times that shit.
Right.
You know, I mean, and that's why you see that they flourish. Like, I remember we're both from New York. I remember 15 years ago there wasn't no fucking Mexican restaurants in New York.
You're right.
20 years ago you might have 1-2 Mexican restaurants.
It wasn't even no Dominicans.
It was barely.
It was Puerto Ricans.
It was, but now
They all moved to Orlando.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, all the Puerto Ricans moved down there.
Why?
As soon as Fat Joe left.
They
just
went right
followed
with him?
Went right down to Florida.
No, but on some serious shit, like what Mexicans have done in America is pretty amazing. Within one generation, you got all these restaurants popping up. You got all these businesses popping up run by Mexicans. They were illegal immigrants one generation ago, and now their kids are out here doing businesses with them. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what you can do if you put your head down, just fucking grind.
But I think what's happening with the Mexicans is the same thing, basically what happened with the blacks in their eyes. I don't think they thought that motherfuckers was going to grow that fast or get that smarter or flourish in the way that they did, you know what I mean? And I think that might be more of a thing like, yo, we let these motherfuckers come over here to mow lawns and you understand?
I'll be honest, I don't know because I'm not one of the dudes, but I really think all it comes down to is, am I working or am I not working? If you got a job, you don't give a fuck who comes in the country. If you don't have a job, all of a sudden you need an excuse for why your life sucks. My life sucks because these Mexicans are stealing my job. And then you go, well, do you do lawns? He goes, well, no, I work in computers. Well, why the fuck you upset at these Mexicans? They're not taking your goddamn job.
They need a bad guy, man. They need a bad guy.
They need a fucking bad guy.
They need somebody to blame.
Everybody needs to blame because why
Everybody
would we blame
gotta blame somebody
ourselves?
for their failure, and they got to blame somebody for your success.
Bro,
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
I sin because why? Because I was born a sinner. That sounds convenient. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't it sound convenient that I just am with this religion who says you're supposed to sin because I made you that way? Fuck that. I'm not supposed to go fucking punch people in the face when I walk down the street. I can resist. Resistance is part of life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just, all I'm saying is we want to be convenient when we got to be accountable.
Yeah. And shout out to all the black feminists out there with big titties that still want to have sex with me. The rest of y'all bitches, fuck y'all.
Yo, how many did you see these comments on? First of all, who the fuck is Bomani Jones?
Man, fuck him too.
Do you know him?
I met him in at Revolt, the podcast. They had a podcast panel. He fuck Bomani Jones.
I actually liked him before. I remember I liked his take on Donald Sterling a lot, which was basically like, I don't know, we knew this guy existed, and now we're outraged because it's on tape. Like, I remember being like, that's the first guy that I felt like had heart to speak on it and not fake the outrage. But to hear that he's doing this with Charlamagne, I don't know the tweets, but I hope it's not that because I did like him.
Man, I think he's jealous, bro.
Yeah.
I think Bomani's jealous, man. Because the second after Charlamagne hit him back, he immediately tweets, I think I might have misunderstood what Charlamagne was saying. Come on, bro.
Nah, I seen him when he wrote them too, and I said, yeah, I like this. I just seen like, just a couple of different people. I was like, yeah, this is fly. Just to see, those true colors shining through.
What colors
those
were they?
True colors shining through. I don't give a fuck about none of these dudes. I keep saying I don't give a fuck about no Bomani Jones, no Rosenbergs, none of them dudes. Like,
who do you give a fuck about?
Nobody.
That's what I want to know.
Pterodactyls and T-Rexes.
That's the only bit.
Because they're the only people who can't get it.
No, we need to find you love, bro.
No, I got mad love. I love all my people around me. The thing is that what I've realized
who
is
do
that
you love?
People disguise liking you, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Please don't fake like me.
Yeah.
Fake liking me could turn to me really hating you. You know what I mean? And
it's manipulative.
I feel like, it's manipulative. And I feel like it's a lot of that going on.
And it's
like, even when I go to industry events, like, I'm the nigga that they probably talking about after the event. Like, he's so standoffish because I can't fix myself to do certain things. I met a music executive a couple months ago. I don't want to say his name. I might need him in the future. But
okay, Bomani.
I don't dislike the dude, but it was just some weird shit.
Yeah.
I knew who he was, but I didn't know he knew who I was. So somebody was like, "Hey, did you know such and such?" And he was like, "Yo, what's going on? I didn't see you in years." And I was like, "I never met this motherfucker in my life." Like, and I just went along with it. I almost said it because I'm just that truthful. Like, yo, my nigga, I never met you.
Well, you're not that truthful. You're almost that truthful.
No, I am that truthful. I almost spit it out, but I was like, I don't want to embarrass this motherfucker. Once you embarrass somebody, Now the relationship is sour. I might need this motherfucker for something. So I didn't say nothing, but it was just weird, and it just showed me. I'm like, yo, this industry shit is crazy because people, you know, they gonna like you because they might need you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and that's just all it is. And so I try to show my dislike. I just did Nicki Minaj Appreciation Day on Twitter because it was her birthday. I was one of the first dudes advocating for Nicki Minaj like crazy in New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it wasn't no women doing nothing, and it actually wasn't no dudes in New York doing nothing at the time when Nicki Minaj came out. So I'm doing that, and the dude said, yeah, you could tell when Tax is trying to butter somebody up for an interview. I said, my nigga, you got the wrong nigga. I actually I might have asked two or three people for an interview. I never asked that many people to ever interview them because I don't care for many people. I don't care to speak to them. Like even right now, me doing a lot of artists on my show, it's been cool. But like I do artists that I'm a fan of. So many artists try to come on the show, and it's like I don't care for you.
Why do you think that they would say that you're trying to butter someone up for an interview?
Because they just seen me tweeting like Nicki Minaj appreciate, and they like, oh, you're talking about appreciate her shit is trash. But I'm like, yo, you ain't see me put up none of that new shit because I don't really like none of the new shit. I posted a whole bunch of old shit from Nicki that I liked. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be. I don't be trying to be cool with rappers. I'm not them other dudes. I'm not like trying to be cool with you to get an interview. Have they not seen? Like I did the Beanie Siegel interview. And then I did an interview with Oskino where Oskino was coming back at Beanie Siegel. Beanie Siegel came back to my show and did another episode. And he told me before the interview, he was like, yo, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't really feeling you. But doing the interview with Oskino. You know what I mean? I'm like, why not? I was interviewing him.
Yeah, you're a neutral
I can't control what he say about you.
Yeah.
But he came back and did the interview anyway. Meek Mill. I slandered Meek Mill many days. I ended up doing an interview with Meek Mill. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not out here trying to be friends with people to get interviewed. I'm not trying to be friends with anybody. Because the thing is that if I'm telling the truth and I'm not lying, eventually a motherfucker gonna get over it. They're gonna sit there and be like, man, that shit was telling the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you gonna be mad at me? And I tell the truth about every single artist. I don't try to sit there and blanket it. There's no artist out there where I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna say that about them because of this, because I'm not gonna ever need no artist.
So what'd you think about the Cole, Wale, Kanye beef? Can we call that a beef? Can we call that a diss? It was more of like a motivational speaking.
Yeah, that's what Cole, from Cole's standpoint.
But that's what Cole would do. Cole's not. He's not the guy who's going to diss you.
He's like the Tony Robbins of diss tracks. You know what I mean? He's like on some believe in yourself shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can do it, Wale.
Yeah. Like, it was definitely it was inspirational. I was like, man, he should be inspired behind this shit.
But he did call Kanye's newest shit trash, basically. Yeah. He did say, Wale, like, dog, stop bitching, basically, which was like, I don't know, it was cool in that sense. I like somebody who's saying it.
That's his opinion. You know, if you're a fan of somebody, man, and people and that's where it come from with me a lot of times. Most of the people I talk about, I'm fans of them. Yeah. So people like, oh, you said this about him, but then you said you was listening to his record. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. I can't dislike something that a human did. Listen, when I did the Beanie Siegel interview, Beanie Siegel said, and Charlamagne did that shit to Lil Mama. I didn't say nothing. People was like, why didn't you defend Charlamagne? Motherfucker, because I text Charlamagne when he did that and say, yo, that shit was foul. That you did to Lil Mama. And I didn't even know that it wasn't him and it was Angela Yee. You know what I mean? I ended up finding out after. So I understood what Beanie Siegel meant when he said it. I was like, I didn't say shit. I was like, first of all, I'm never going to be outside trying to protect Charlamagne every day. Because that means I got to get in at least 15 to 16 fights a day.
Yeah, I'm not trying to protect you. I can't fight. Anybody that's outraged sees me on the street, it ain't a fight. You probably got that.
Now that's when you got to play into the stereotypes.
Yeah, people like, yo, I really seen a dude write a long comment. It offended me. He wrote the longest comment and like really had my life like outlined. Yeah. Charlamagne bought you on Brilliant Idiots, Headbutt a Bullet, and then you started your podcast on this date, and then this date you did this, and then you came on Uncommon Sense. But when they came to Charlamagne, you didn't protect him. I said, my nigga, my protector's a whole nother level of protection, beloved. Yeah. You wouldn't know nothing about that life.
Well, define protection.
Hold on. Who the fuck is this?
I don't know, but
who is this?
About to
niggas calling in the middle of the show. This is disrespectful.
Put that on speaker.
Loudspeaker.
It better be Charlamagne.
Loudspeaker. This is not loudspeaker. Engine room. Engine room. This is why we don't do this shit here anymore.
Chris was gonna call in the middle of the show and hang up.
Furious.
Nah.
How dare you say that about me? All right. Where the fuck were we? Anyway, so there's a little beef, whatever, with those guys. I just find, I don't know, my thing with J.
They said
Cole.
Kanye recording from the hospital, man. How you feel about that?
I don't think so. I mean, I really just don't care. I mean, clearly he's got some mental illness, but I only think mental illness is like a rich person, is a poor person disease. Like if you're wealthy and you start feeling mentally ill and you could go into the hospital for a week, that's not that bad. You see what I'm saying? Like a poor person who's homeless and has just got to deal with his crazy on the fucking streets of New York City with rats crawling all over him and shit like that. That is a debilitating disorder. Even someone middle class. But if you're a millionaire, just deal with your shit, bro. No one's going to miss you if you're gone for a week.
That's not worse, but Kanye's life, especially when you marry a Kardashian, your whole life.
It's your choice.
I'm not saying he didn't fuck up.
I gotta feel bad for a man who makes decisions himself.
I blame Chris for every bad thing that happens to anyone associated with the Kardashians.
Yeah, why?
Or anything that happens in America.
It's sociopathic to put your kids through that. Like, you got no remorse that just for fame and money, you're going to put your kids through this.
Through what? They want it.
Yeah, but they don't know what they want. Your daughter wants to put out a sex tape. You're like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You out of your mind? No.
Well, first of all, Kim has been doing wild shit
smart,
for him.
Man, I wish Kris Jenner was my mother. She got the whole family employed.
She's smart. I'm not saying she's not smart.
I think it's another one where we're just finding someone to blame. It's like it's more convenient to just blame her. But I think these girls, they want fame. Like I think they're so obsessed with fame. Honestly, on some shit, that could be what Kris Jenner's about. He might be so obsessed with fame, nobody giving a fuck about. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. It used to be Kris, right?
Nah, Bruce.
Bruce, yeah.
Bruce,
yeah. Bruce, it's like it could be about that shit. He could just want some shine himself.
Kylie didn't know no better. Kylie been on a show since she was like 10 years old, 11 years old.
She grew up in it, man. But that's what these girls want. Like you tell me a girl that doesn't want that life. These girls watch. You know what's so funny? I have all these friends that are girls that hate on the Kardashians, but you know what they watch? The motherfucking Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, they all watching it.
That's why I told them, I said, your haters are gonna pay your bills these days, especially in this digital
pay the
age.
same price of admission. Mayweather taught me that shit. Everybody wanted to hate Mayweather. Mayweather had 99% of Mexico hating his ass, but you know what Mexico did? Bought that fucking pay-per-view.
You want to see him lose? Bam, there was what they say in the Howard Stern thing. People who love Howard Stern will listen for an average of an hour a day.
People hate him will listen
an average of 2 hours a day. It's been like this.
You can make money off of hate, man. Hate is a lucrative business. Tommy Lahren did it.
Episode, I went I think I did like 40,000 my first episode. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit! Like I didn't understand it. I didn't think that many people liked me, and I said,
nah,
that many people hate me.
Exactly. I want to see this guy fail.
Yeah,
man. If you could get people to
pay
to see you
tweets
fail,
from people that all was like, this whack ass show, this shit is garbage. This was like the first episode. People was just killing me, and I saved all the tweets, and I like got them like framed and shit.
Yeah,
like 6 frames of this shit. And I'm like hanging it up in my crib.
Dude, that's beautiful, man.
Inspiration.
Dude, I'm telling you, failure is lucrative, man. If you watch World Star, we're basically just watching people fail. What is it? Bully gets their ass kicked. The second we see Bully, we think of someone who bullied us, and we're like, oh yeah, I want to see this bully get knocked the fuck out. Yeah. Rob Dyrdek got that show Ridiculousness. That show is literally about people failing.
People failing.
That's all the show is, right? Somebody tries to jump from one puddle to the next puddle,
failure
and then
really
breaks their neck.
Entertainment.
Fuck success. The only time we care about success is the Olympics. Once every 4 years, we get a little bit of love for success, and then we just go right back. We want to see Golden State lose, not Cleveland win. Golden State was up 3-1. We want to see their asses lose so we can make fun of them.
There's only a few people that get a pass. Jay-Z got a success pass. I'll watch Jay-Z succeed. I don't want to see Jay-Z fail.
So you want to see him succeed?
I don't think anybody wants to see Jay-Z fail.
Shit.
I'm sure I take that back.
Especially white men.
But fair enough. But
who wants to see? Jay-Z got a bunch of people want to see his ass.
We still like Jay-Z almost in spite of his success. Whereas normally you too successful for too long, everybody turns.
That's interesting. Why do you think that is?
You know what it is? Jay-Z don't speak enough.
Exactly. He keeps himself spare. Like
he don't speak enough to fail. The moment you start verbalizing too much, you open up the door for failure. So the only time Jay-Z speaks to us is when he drops an album. He don't speak to us at all.
That's a great point, because righteousness leads to resentment. Yeah. If you're out here fighting for a cause, it don't matter what the fuck the cause is, but if you're out here fighting for a cause, there are always going to be people on the other side of that cause.
Yeah.
And you just made all those people your enemies.
Yep.
But if you have and maybe that's why these famous motherfuckers...
Well, Jordan never took a stand on anything.
Yeah, Jordan never took a stand on everything. You know who buys Jordans? The KKK and the fucking Bloods and the Crips.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of us buy fucking Jordans. Yep. So maybe there is something beneficial about neutrality, but you got to be that great. You can't be neutral and regular. Like Tommy Lahren, she is she is not neutral. She is on one side, but she's realistically regular. I don't know if she's that special a human being or like that special a talent.
If you don't got a lot of talent, be controversial as fuck.
Yeah, if you don't got talent, be controversial. That is fucking dope.
That's me. I don't got no
to make them
talent.
listen?
So I just start shit with people.
That's your talent.
My talent. That's why people was like, oh, the Kardashians don't have no talent. I said, I don't know how you can say that.
But real talk,
That's
though.
hella talent they got, and this is why other stars don't like them, because they wish they had that talent.
But the talent is heart. The talent is being able to sit in with all this hate toward you and just be like, all right, well, I'm going to win in the end.
Yeah, let's go.
That's a talent in and of itself, perseverance.
You know, it was nothing for me personally to like have like issues with like, especially people online and groups of people. Like I had beef with entire neighborhoods. Like, you know, people that was really wanting to shoot me and like stab me and we're going to kidnap him. Like, so none of this shit don't bother me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, they like, yo, I heard they're killing you on Twitter today. I'm like, they could kill people on Twitter?
You must not have killed people before.
Like,
you must not
all got a death threat on Twitter,
my friend
right?
is dead. I might die off Twitter.
I wish my friend's Twitter died. That would have been way better.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
You know how I know you won't kill me? You just put it on Twitter. You just told the whole world, if I died, this the motherfucker that did it.
Yeah, man.
You know what? I can't agree with that because I still got to go to Philly. You know what I mean?
Young M.A., they said
My girl from Philly, she's heated off that shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
shit. I was just talking shit about Philly, and then they're upset at me. They want to
Nah,
kill
you
me.
be all right. I talked shit about Philly, too, for a couple months. I went out there and did a show.
Yeah.
Now I done had about 10 Philly rappers on the show since then.
Maybe that's what I need. I need to get some Philly rappers to get my back.
Yeah, get AR Ab back up here again.
I think I even reached out. I was like, yo, Ab, Dark Low, I'm going to be in town in January. You know what I'm saying? If you guys ain't doing nothing, come out to the comedy show.
Nah, they ain't gonna fuck with you. Philly a cool city, you know what I mean? Some violent Muslims out there. Shout out to
They're
the
violent Muslims?
Well, I don't know. Are they? I'm not sure.
What are you saying?
The funny shit is, I know way more peaceful Muslims than, like, you know, the radical Islam and whatever.
Of course,
we
know the majority of people are peaceful, right? The majority of white people are peaceful. The majority of Indians are peaceful. The majority of black people are peaceful.
That's why outlaws are always looked at, and that's why it's like, soon as they like, oh, this guy is
different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're not, you know what I mean?
You know, I wish we could understand is we're all pretty much the same. Like, a stupid Republican is the same exact person as a stupid Democrat. They just grew up in different neighborhoods. A KKK member is the same person as a radical, like, Muslim. Mm-hmm. Y'all just grew up in probably extremely whatever circumstances that created that person. But y'all are made up the same.
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of us are the same, just grew up in different circumstances.
Mm-hmm. No, that's exactly right. It's the same coin, different sides.
Yeah, it's the same thing as a Tommy Loren being 24 years old, having the views she have, and a 12-year-old going to do a suicide bomb. They was taught that shit from their parents. They was taught that from growing up. They don't know nothing else.
They didn't have a choice.
Another 14-year-old, he's looking at TV like, how could you be 14 and bomb something? Because you was taught to go to school and do this, that, and the third. You was taught that racism don't exist in the United States of America and you are equal. Yeah. So you don't understand that you might get killed going to get some Skittles. You understand what I'm saying?
We do have to be careful because we can't get angry at Tommy Lahren for saying that Black Lives Matter is like the KKK, and then on the same podcast go, Tommy Lahren's views are the exact same thing as a suicide bomber, because that's the exact same equivalency, right? But one is wrong and the other is okay.
I don't really know what Black Lives Matter is. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm at that point in my life where I don't know what it is.
What does Black Lives Matter mean to you?
Well, when I saw it, this is when, you know, I got on the fence on the Black Lives Matter movement because I was seeing people tweet Black Lives Matter during, you know, what's this white dude named from Florida that killed Trayvon?
Oh, Zimmerman.
I started seeing the hashtag pop up Black Lives Matter, and I just thought this was for all black people. And then I seen them tell a black man on Twitter that he was not Black Lives Matter. So that's when I was like, oh, shit, is this a gang or some shit? Like, do we get an initiation? Because I seen the same Black Lives Matters protesters telling another protester that he wasn't Black Lives Matter. But that's when I found out that it was an organization. You know what I mean? And then I didn't really understand what the organization was for, Black Lives Matter, when I went to the website, and I didn't really see shit about black people. It was mostly based on lesbians and gays. You know what I mean? On what was written on the site. So I was like, wait up, what are they talking about? Like, it's something on it. It said something like, I don't want to misquote it.
Well, I guess the idea then would just be all oppressed lives matter.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess.
I mean, black lives are the ones that are oppressed right now.
Yeah, and I'm with that too, because we got black lesbians, we got black gays, and you know, somebody said on something, he was like, D-Ray, you're gay, and that's why you could never be the leader of the black movement. And I'm like, me personally, I don't give a fuck with nobody. Like, if you for the cause, what the fuck do I give a fuck about your sexuality for? Like, I don't care who you having sex with. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not outside. Like, I never cared about that.
Matter of fact, if you're gay and you're taking black dick, I respect you more.
You about it.
You know what I mean? Like,
you
that
about
shit
it.
Real.
You about it.
Yo, that's for real, dude. You need to be ready. That's why D-Ray probably always got that vest. You know what I mean?
Man.
He's in workout shape.
Jesus Christ. But, yeah, man. Like, I'm like, you know, for me, I'm like, if the cause is for you know, black lives, then I'm all for that. You know what I mean? If it's,
I think that's the cause. I think I think it's pretty clear what the cause is let's bring awareness to these issues that are affecting specifically black people in America, and police brutality is definitely one of them. I think what we have to be careful of is when social justice warriors, right? Their currency, their power is outrage, right? So what I think a lot of times they do is they gain power by pointing out that somebody is fucking up, right? And what happens sometimes is groups cannibalize each other. Right? So in that situation, you had a black person that said he was Black Lives Matter, and then you had another black person said, you know what, you're not Black Lives Matter enough. And this is what feminists are doing right now. Back in the day, a feminist was just, I believe women should have equal rights.
Yeah,
now a
feminist was a white woman.
Nah.
Yes, it was.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, whatever.
Feminist was white women and wanted to vote.
Sure, but the idea right now is that feminism, or at least the idea back in the day, was that feminism, equal rights for women. We need to make sure women have equal. Now, you're not a feminist unless you got fucking 3 abortions. You're not a feminist unless you got armpit hair. You're not a feminist unless you believe in free bleeding. There's all these rules that they've applied to feminism.
And then they kicking people out of feminism. How are you going to be a feminist and say she's a bitch and a hoe and she... That's wrong. I'm like, this is why I don't understand the message. So then they get mad at me when I say, fuck y'all feminist bitches.
Well, no, because that's where you're fucking up. You're fucking up because what you're doing is the same thing Tommy did, right? The feminist cause is just equal rights for women, just like Black Lives Matter's cause is equal rights for black people, right? There are a few people within Black Lives Matter that will walk around saying, fuck the police, let's kill the police, let's kill white people. That's not reflective of Black Lives Matter. Just like these feminists that are out here fucking free bleeding and telling women that they're not real feminists and making women feel like shit, you're not reflective of what a real feminist is.
That's a good point. You can't let the outliers mess up the message.
Thank you for consolidating my nonsense.
That's a good point. No, because that's what I do all the time. I hate on these Twitter outrage people, but that's one or two idiots. I was just doing it at 30 minutes ago.
That's what happened yesterday. The chick was like, you see you disrespecting black women. I said, no, I'm disrespecting you.
Bang.
I'm disrespecting you,
right,
bitch. Because you came over here. You came over here trying to disrespect me. You know, I got a huge issue with this. The shit that's going on online. It's like it's ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous. Like down to Facebook attacking the fake news. They should attack. They should get the fake social justice people out of there.
Ooh,
the people because they promote fake news also.
Say what you're talking about. The news though. Explain the news because we were talking that earlier.
It's a lot of fake news stories and sites that only promote fake news and stories to create a rhetoric or a certain idea about a person. Yeah. Like even with Trump, like listen, we all know Trump is an asshole, but it was like, did you have to make up all that shit that he said for us to realize he was more of an asshole? But I guess you got you when you want people to be on your side and sway the world's idea or opinion, that's what you do.
You think maybe we got atrophy, or what is it, exhausted by it? Like what is that term? You know when we got numb. You think we got numb? Like they put out so many fake news stories and news stories about how he was bad and all this kind of shit that we just started going, all right, I get it, dog.
Nah, I never got numb. I was like this every day I woke up like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck, Donald Trump?
Well, I don't trust any news now because there's so much fake news. And I used to say this all the time. Do people ever look at the news site they're retweeting? Republicans are the best.com. Says this. Oh, it's got to be true.
People, this is what gets me wrong. Motherfucker told me, you need to shut the fuck up and Google it. I say, you idiot. I can write anything online right now, and you can Google it. Don't mean it's true.
And if you're good at Google search, not news, if you're good at Google search optimization, it goes to the top. That's the stories we see.
Somebody made a Wikipedia page for me. I didn't make it.
Oh, but that's how Wikipedia works.
But I didn't make it.
Yeah. So they could write lies about that shit.
They could write anything on there.
Yeah. Oh, my Wikipedia was wild. They had me saying
hilarious.
I suck dicks and shit like that. What was it?
Yeah, like, you understand what I'm saying? They could write anything. So it's like, don't tell me to Google something.
Yeah.
Googling is not real unless you Googling porn.
Well, Elon Musk.
Who Googles porn? You gotta go right to the source, dog.
I Google porn. I'm a porn Googler.
What do you Google? Dick?
Dick? Who Googles dick?
You can't even Google dick because it's diagrams.
I would ask, you know what I mean?
Man. You know, you Google certain things. I might be like, let me triple X massage.
Massage.
I want to see massage. I like dialogues in my porn.
Huh? Okay.
You know what I mean? I like to see the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the whole movie.
You see, you know what's fucking? I only watch one type of porn. I watch casting porn.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say it for him because he said this so many times, but I was like, that's a little too suspect.
But
I know the porn you watch.
But here's the thing:
how many aspiring comedians, women, have you let come into your office?
Oh no, I don't fuck comics.
Audition?
I don't fuck comics. I don't do that shit. I swear to God, I don't. I refuse. Mainly just because they're gross. You know what I mean? But that besides that, there maybe
you
other.
You fuck Sarah Silverman?
No.
I like Sarah. I want to fuck you.
She doesn't paint her nails.
Oh.
Yeah. But look, the thing with the porn is this: I jerk off. Or so the casting couch is the ones where the girls come in and they don't know they're going to be in a porn, and then they're like, the guy does the whole thing to try to convince her, right? Mm-hmm. I don't even jerk off to the fucking. I jerk off to the negotiation.
Yeah, you're a weirdo.
I'm a
you
fucking
actually jerk off to negotiation.
That's the shit when he's like, he's trying to like get her. Yeah, but you should just do it. You can make up to $5,000 a day. And I'm like, I'm like, tell her, tell that bitch.
Yo, Andrew is nuts. What type of porn do you indulge?
Nah, man, I don't really be doing.
Come on, Akash, you know you got something, bro.
Jesus.
There's got to be something. Nothing. No Mia Khalifa. Is she Pakistani or is she Indian?
If I did watch porn, I could never watch a brown woman disrespected like that. That would hurt my heart.
Is she Pakistani or is she Indian?
I think she's definitely not Indian. She's either Pakistani or Middle Eastern.
No, she's not Middle Eastern.
Okay,
nah, she from. So I seen an article where they was like,
I know of her. I haven't.
Yeah. They're gonna kill her if she go to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Oh no, they have a fatwa
She's
on
the
her
Tommy
head.
Loren of porn. She's doing it right now. She out there.
I really hate that bitch, by the way.
Yo.
She's the worst because she does the DM screenshotting shit.
That's the worst thing you can do to a
It's so
person.
fucking stupid. It's just the worst. I think it should be illegal. I've spoken about it on this show.
That's why the way I talk on the timeline is the same way I DM. My page got hacked like last year.
Yeah.
And like they was like leaking my DMs, and it was like I was like, what the fuck did you want to find in my direct messages? The same shit I tweet. Let me get your ass. Whatever the fuck it might be. I say that on the timeline. So
yeah, I do think about that when I'm talking to girls. Like I'm texting them shit, and I'm like, man, if I lost my phone, it would be over for me. Like, I'm losing all my credibility, bro. I'm sending some soft. Send me a kiss. I'm sending some soft.
That's why you gotta
If
be.
anybody read the lovey-dovey text I've sent my girlfriend, I would have no respect in the world. No respect in the world for the rest of my life. I'm so lovey-dovey. I do it with all my heart. And
but your friend's not supposed to see that
but
side,
it's like
bro. You gotta have private shit.
I just be open because I never forget we was at a dinner table and we started talking about dudes getting their ass ate.
Yeah.
So like, I'm there. I'm like, I ain't never get my ass ate. Yeah. And then my man was like, yeah, cause that shit. And I seen this girl look at him with the corner eyes.
Like the Scooby-Doo
and
painting.
I said, this is why you can't hide who you are. Like if I got my ass ate tomorrow, guess what? I'm going to announce it on the show. Like, I got my
think
ass
you gotta
ate
pretend. You gotta hide some of that shit.
Because they be waiting to expose you. Yeah. Everybody wants to expose you, especially in the industry where you're an entertainer and you're out there. It's the greatest thing to expose you. Yeah. So you cannot expose me. I expose everything about myself. You know what I mean?
Eminem, 8 Mile.
Yeah, you gotta learn. I'm gonna attack me before you could attack me. What are you gonna do now? You know what I mean? Yeah. I was arrested. I was arrested 2 years ago, right? And the way the article is in the newspaper is Tax Stone broke a bottle over a woman's head in the club.
Yeah.
So this is what people read. So they like, you fucking woman beater, you bastard. And it's like, yo, my nigga, that's not what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What really happened was this chick was mad at me over some shit that I said on Twitter. I joked it off. I was like, yeah, it's nothing. It's okay. Your titties look stink. And I walked off. She didn't like that. I said her titties would stink. So she stalls off on me, punched me about 3 times in the back of my head. A security guard comes and breaks it up, right? It's over, supposedly. Me and the security guard walking away, she attacks us again. So when I turn around, she's like in my face hitting me. So I picked up the bottle that was on the shit and went like this with the bottom of the bottle. So she had a busted lip. That was it. They made it seem like I cracked the bottle over her head. It was like a stop. Like, get the fuck back up, big bitch. Me seem... Huh?
So just to clarify...
Yes.
You did crack her in the face with a bottle.
You hit a woman in the face.
No, that's a fucking fact I did.
Zuckerberg don't need to change that story.
No.
You can put that right on the
newspaper said I broke a bottle over a woman's head. That's a complete difference. It is.
It's a difference, but it's not a complete difference.
No, you know why I took this so serious? This is what people don't understand. I'm a predicate felon. If I have a fight with Andrew right now, Andrew presses charges on me, do you know what my minimum is?
What's that?
12 years.
Jesus Christ.
You know what my maximum is? Life. So that's what I had on the table for that. 12 to life.
Gotcha.
I almost did 12 years to life over a woman attacking me. Yeah. So nobody says how I got out of jail. Yeah. Nobody says like, so what
did happen? How'd you get out?
Because the bitch was lying, and the security guard said it, and the camera's seen it. Yeah. The bitch hit me over 12 times before I even tried to stop her from hitting me. Yeah. So now that came out, I get released from prison. They only got the story in the newspaper article. It's like, and the bastard even tried to pay her $10,000 not to come testify on him, because it was like, bitch. So I hit my man up. I was like, yo, get that bitch $10,000. Tell her leave me alone. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was this serious. They offering me 12 to life right now. Like, she's really trying to fuck my life up because she mad that I said she has stink titties. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this was some serious shit for me. So, like, even when I see people now bring it up, like, you fucking bastard. I'm like, yo, listen, let me explain something to you, bitch. If you come to me and...
I respect women, bitch. Hey, bitch.
Yeah,
hey, bitch.
Yeah, real
I love these hoes, bitch.
Nah, real shit. If you come to me, bitch, and you hit me a couple times, guess what's going to happen to you? The same thing. The same thing. Don't hit me. No, I didn't regret it. I don't.
Listen, all I get from this story is that bitch clearly had some stank titties. Nobody would be that upset. You're like, you know that she smelled underneath her titties.
Like, she had huge titties, like a G or something, and they was really sweaty. I see the sweat like all her titties. Was in a club. So I was like,
oh, they was stinking.
I said, fuck out of here with them stink ass titties and spent off.
Fuck.
You know, and I got another thing like, what's fucking DJ Ben Amin?
Yeah.
From Fan Bros podcast.
Yeah. Shout out to Fan
When I was talking about Tom, he was like, oh, you call black women hoes and bitches every day. I said, I call every bitch hoes and bitches every day. That's just how I talk. It's not to offend nobody. It's not to, you might not like my language, but, if you tell me like, yo, listen, don't address me as that or something, I will fall back from it. Because I don't want to offend you, but that's just how I talk. Call my mother a bitch. I'd be like, my mom, this bitch is crazy. You know what I mean? It's nothing personal. Yeah. So when he says this, he's like, I'm interacting mostly with black women. So that's who you hear me say it to. You acting like I'm not going to call a white bitch a white bitch. Yeah. I did it to Yes Jules when all these black niggas was on Twitter sitting there trying to kiss her ass, looking to fuck her or whatever. I was like, listen, white bitch, you better relax. And nobody said nothing then. It was like, a couple white people and the fake feminists, because she tried to get the feminist crowd down with her. Yeah. Like, look what he's saying to me. I don't give a fuck about them bitches either, bitch. You can tell him what I said. Tell him what I said, bitch. Because she said some shit about black women.
It's to the point where if you just say the word bitch, I laugh.
Yeah, she said something about black women.
He says it with passion.
With passion.
Bitch.
It's not
at the end.
You got to check this.
Because we do double bitch. We're big fans of double bitch.
They try to unbitch themselves.
It's legit my favorite word in English.
Because some women are really bitches. So it's like, no, I'll address you as a woman, but if you act like a bitch, you a bitch. So, bitch. So, you know what I mean? So, she said something about, I go in rooms and I'm the white woman that walks out with the black man, and all the black women are looking at me in envy. Yeah. So I said, wait up, white bitch. You better chill out. Cause I ain't gonna be able to get these black bitches off of you. They gonna fuck you up. They gonna drag you for that message. Then know your place, bitch. Like, don't be coming out of pocket like that. You know what I mean? And I like what she do and the other women. You know what I mean? It ain't about that. But for me, it's about checking everybody. I don't need nobody to think that I'm being sweet to one group of people. Like, oh, you're so sweet to them. But no, I don't fuck with nobody.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with nobody. So don't ever put me in that category of,
you
I'm not doing this
equally.
to this. Yeah, exactly. I treat all people equally. And I also call men bitches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't hit me with I call men bitches. This is a fact. So, don't hit me with you're disrespectful to women or this, that, and the third. I love women, and that's why I talk about women so much, and I try to uplift them. But some of y'all might look at it from a slanderous point instead of taking it as constructive criticism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's that. Taxi. Brilliant idiots.
Yo, this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Loot Crate. All right? Are you on the hunt for epic gear, housewares, and collectibles this holiday season? End your quest with Loot Crate. Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20 a month. Whether you're shopping for the geek in your life or you are that geek, Loot Crate is the best surprise you know is coming. Every month there's a different theme and new exclusive items you can only get with Loot Crate. They're always watching. They've designed a system to keep you down. They're meddlesome. Hello, friends. It's time for a revolution. Fight the power and pave the way for a brighter tomorrow with December's Rebellious Crate, featuring exclusive items from Assassin's Creed, Mr. Robot, Firefly, and more. And just for the holiday season, Loot Crate is launching one of their deepest discounts ever. 15% off all Loot Crate subscriptions. Make sure you go to lootcrate.com/idiots and enter the promo code GIFTING15. GIFTING15. All one word, all right? Save 15% on a new Loot Crate subscription. You've got until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate. But when the cutoff happens, that's it. It's over. Again, that's lootcrate.com/idiots, promo code GIFTING15 to save 15% on a new Loot Crate subscription. Geek out with Loot Crate. All right. Listen, now that we've addressed Charlemagne, we've addressed women.
The gayest thing Tax has ever done. We addressed that.
We addressed scared. Y'all got this motherfucker out here scared to fucking death.
Is he going further north?
Now,
he's in Vermont.
What's gonna happen with Charlemagne?
He's hanging out with Bernie Sanders. Like, Bernie, can I kick it with you for a little bit?
Oh, shit.
Him, Bernie, Ben, and Jerry kicking.
Y'all done scared Charlemagne back to the Caucasus Mountains.
The Caucasus.
Jesus.
Where are the Caucasus Mountains?
I don't even know, man. I've been hearing that shit for years, man. Where the fuck is the Caucasus Mountains?
I've never heard that until this moment. Caucasus Mountains.
They said that's where the white people from.
Oh, we're from there originally?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think the Caucasus Mountains are that's where Persians are from. Mm-hmm. Persians are from the Caucasus Mountains because Persians were originally white, and then
I heard Persians got some good pussy.
Yeah, but I've been with a few Persian girls. There is an odor, a body odor that they have.
A peculiar
odor, but beautiful women, stunningly beautiful women, but a little bit hairy. I'm not a big fan of hair.
I am.
You like hair?
I want a hairy woman.
Like body hair?
Yeah, like Wolverine.
Bro, that prison time fucked you up. Damn, son. Yo,
Wolverine, you want to fuck dudes?
Yeah, bro. Yo, you think Snapchat's the gay shit you ever done? I want a hairy woman.
Full beard.
Nah, you know, I dealt with a lot of. I'm Honduran. I deal with a lot of Spanish women, so they be hairy.
Yeah, but not
I
that
do Indian
hairy.
women, so I don't mind a little hair.
Yeah. Oh, he loves that shit. It's gross how much.
Eat a hairy ass crack.
Yeah, he said he likes girls with sideburns.
Sideburns, that shit is true. You stay true, boo.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, we're
Got an
getting
Indian
notes
walking there
passing
right
here.
now. What's up, dog?
We're getting notes passing it. What's happening?
That's my assistant downstairs.
Oh, you got an assistant?
You into Indian girls?
Yeah.
Yo, you got an assistant?
Nice.
I'm about to get
Good
3
for you.
just to say I got 3. Like I got 3 assistants. So
how many do you have right now?
1.
Damn, bro.
I can't afford no more.
All right, fuck, man. Shit. How much we got? I guess we could still talk about some shit. All right, we talked about the what the hell else is going on? Oh, I'm going to Toronto, by the way. I'm going to Toronto right now.
True.
Yeah, I got some shows up there. I want to thank you to everybody. Saturday, both shows are sold out, 7 and 9 at Comedy Bar. We just added another show, which is Friday. And Yeah, it's going to be Friday at 8 at Comedy Bar as well. So make sure you guys come out, Toronto. Thank you very much for supporting me. I appreciate you. Oh, and also my eyes are fucked up.
OVO Schultz.
OVO Schultz in the building. But my eyes are fucked up. I need to get glasses. And you know what I realized? And this is really embarrassing, but that I need to get glasses. But I realized you guys have been so supportive of me through this podcast. I need to start asking you guys when I need shit so I could support as well. Like if there's any, what is it, eye doctor, an optometrist?
Optometrist.
If there's any of you guys who are an
Like how you look right at the
optometrist, I knew you
To
would
know
have
what
that
kind of
shit
doctor
down.
was
Come
what
on,
kind of doctor.
absolutely.
Yeah, you look like you fix eyes.
Stereotyping is just I should. My parents would be much happier if I
They're
did.
probably pissed off at you right now.
Yeah. Well, my dad literally just told
Supposed
me.
to be a neurosurgeon.
Not even lying. My dad just told me last week, I'm finally okay with you not being a doctor. And then he goes, 99%.
That's crazy.
All right, look, here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is in the future, I'm very appreciative of all these people who have supported me. You know that you have your people that support you as well.
Yeah,
and I think, there's things that we need in our lives that we need to absolutely, pay for and do that kind of shit like that. There's no reason we shouldn't support the people that have been supporting us. So if you know somebody that's an optometrist or you're an optometrist or some shit like that, you're in the New York area, hit me up. Because I want to go support you guys and help that out. I fuck with this community that we're building
makeshift
right here.
doctor offices in the back of a bodega.
No, don't do that shit. I went to one. It was in the back of like an eyeglass shop. It was more eyeglass shop than it was doctor.
Yeah, don't trust that.
I don't fuck with that at all. And this lady, she was giving me attitude when I was in there. Like I was just asking her why I needed
Ain't that
certain.
just New York though? Nobody got manners in this whole state.
Yeah, maybe it
whole
is.
Northeast
Bro.
got no
People
manners.
move here and lose their manners. I seen it. I've seen people move from down south, be the politest, and have to abandon it. You gotta adapt to your surroundings.
You know who Colin Quinn is?
No.
He's got a great Netflix special. You guys should check it out called A New York Story. And he has a funny thing he just breaks down how New York became New York. And he goes, people always talk about how miserable people are in New York. And he goes, what you have to understand is that everybody that moved to New York came from a place where they were miserable. So we're just a city full of miserable people.
That's a jewel.
It's so true because, look, the Irish were fucking starving to death, so they came here. The Italians were fucked up. They came here. Everybody who came was pissed off.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's funny. I never thought of that.
Akash is from Texas. He thinks people are much nicer down south.
They are so much nicer.
But is it
down south.
fake nice? That's what I'm concerned with.
Nah, bro. Here's the thing.
I think it's fake nice.
I realize this. The amount of manners you can have is like inversely proportional to how many people. So like, if I hold the door open in Texas,
right,
one person is walking through that door.
Right.
If I hold the door open for one person, that's all is walking. If I hold the door open for one person at the Port Authority, I'm gonna die at the Port Authority.
That's a fact. It's true. It is true.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. It's like there's this unwritten code.
Manners in the South come from niggas being slaves.
What do you mean?
Come from niggas having to obey the white man, being respectful.
But what about white people who have manners?
Yeah, that's what.
It come from them respecting each other.
So white people have manners out of respect, and black people have manners because they were told to.
Yep.
You're 100% with that.
Yes.
What about when black people respect each other?
What you mean?
Does that not happen?
We respect each other? We respect each other? Nah. Like, no, what I mean by it is that I used to visit my grandmother down south. She used to be on a compound with Malachi York in Eatonton, Georgia.
What does that mean?
No, either one of them.
I forgot what the religion was exactly. Chris Morrow probably knows, knowing him. But
this is your mom?
No, my grandmother.
Oh, your was she Jewish too?
No. It was his religion, he created a religion. He got like arrested for like rape or some shit. I think they said he raped a couple girls or some shit. So long story short, he had a compound, Eatonton, Georgia, and it was like a fusion of a couple religions.
Yeah.
Muslim, Buddhism, a whole bunch of shit. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Long story short, they had totem poles, all types of shit.
Word.
They also, the KKK compound was right across from it. Like literally, it's like on a dirt road, they shit in the dirt. So this is the first time I ever seen KKK in person was at Walmart. No, Kmart. Because I don't even think Walmart was that lit.
Well, clearly KKK would go to Kmart over Walmart. Right? Like, clearly that's their shit. Right?
Very good point.
But yo, this is when I knew, I said I could never live down south because, we look at the KKK like the boogeyman. These dudes had their hoods on, but like their face showing, but like the hood still on, like just hanging up on the top of their head, like a
fitted hat,
like a fitted hat, literally. And they was walking around.
Yeah.
Dr. York?
Huh?
Dr. York?
Malachi York, yeah.
Yeah.
But what was the religion, Chris? Yeah, it was something like that.
Nubian,
right.
he said.
It's
Okay.
something, it's something
Okay,
like
so
that.
go. So they're swagged out with the hooded.
Moral of the story
Mad
is
comfortable, faces out.
that comfortable as shit
Yeah.
in Kmart, and I was sick. I never forget I was sick,
Yeah.
and they sent me there like get Gatorades, shit,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
electrolytes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was there, and I seen this shit. Now I'm a young dude, but I'm wild at the time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm that nigga in Brooklyn. I'm like, who the fuck KKK? I'm ready to ride and by myself with my mother actually, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? But that day, I seen black dudes also in Kmart walk right by them. And I was like, this is like the weirdest shit I ever seen. This shit when it rocked in New York, they would have got hit upside the head with the police line thing, like all types of shit. Like we would have fucked these dudes up.
Yeah.
And then I started feeling like that might be where men from down south minds might be a little bit more crippled than people in the north, because the slave mentality and the slave master still being and the slave master's son still being there, you having respect for somebody that hates you. You know what I mean?
Tax, are you saying that black dudes in the South are pussy?
Yeah, mostly. So I understood. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right if you
Akash,
pussy.
you're
Still
from
my
the
man.
South.
I've said
You're
this
from the
to
South.
you.
What do you think?
I said this to you. If there was a civil war, if we're not fighting over slaves or
this is
anything,
great.
there's just a fight between the South and the North. The South would beat the dog shit out of the North.
Probably. I'm more healthy. Y'all eating fresher food straight
Well,
off
no,
the farm. Y'all got more guns.
They got guns. They got the guns.
all
In the
the
North, we
guns.
got no guns.
Fam, they've
That's what
been
I'm saying. How y'all got all the guns, but y'all
They
not
got-
using them on
real
the
talk,
KKK?
they got all
Your
the
master
guns.
right down the block. What happened to him?
George Zimmerman's still alive. I just want to
George
point that
Zimmerman
out.
mobbing through the South.
If I get
he got the
killed,
charges in Florida, Texas. He's mobbing.
that is some fucked up shit. But I thought about this. If I get the shit kicked out of me for something I said before George Zimmerman dies, that's some pussy ass shit, right?
Yeah,
there.
that's a fact.
Like if you killed Zimmerman first and then you beat me up. All right,
Yeah.
okay, Philly, I get it. You know what I mean? But take Zimmerman out first.
Yeah,
Don't take
Zimmerman
your
out
anger out
first.
on
There's
me.
a lot of
You know
cop
what I
killers
mean?
up north still walking around. I mean, cops that kill black dudes in the north still walking around.
Yeah, but
we don't
Zimmerman
know.
wasn't a cop.
Believe
son.
me.
Zimmerman was a
It's-
civilian.
It's not gonna happen out here. This is like the most. You know, shit out there. You might know where a cop live.
Yeah.
Like down south, you might know he lives up that road or
Yeah.
over there. But yeah, you probably ain't going to his house either. 'cause you
My
got motherfucker-
interpretation of what the South was, and I might be wrong, so I'm not trying to, but my interpretation was kind of, and maybe it's how I made peace with it, but it's like, we don't like each other, but that's fine. We just don't like each other. And then, like, the KKK dudes didn't do any, did they look at the black dudes like they were about to fuck them up? Or were they riding through, I don't know, were they
Is
riding through?
killing a
This is what
white
I'm trying to
guy-
tell you. This is what
Here's
will
a
happen
question,
right now in
Tax,
New York,
Tax, Let me
right?
ask you a question. Is killing that white guy worth your freedom? Is killing the KKK member worth your freedom?
No, not at all. But what I mean by that is this: when they start acting up, now it's like, what's up then? Are we warring or what? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Now, for instance, just like I always say in New York, if every white man or not whoever, a small group of white men just popped out tomorrow in New York City and said, we the KKK, they are not going to last.
That's true.
They will not last. It won't be from no police. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to last.
Yeah.
So that's why I always compare it to down south where, you know, they just openly there. But I say they openly there because they've been there.
Yeah.
They've been there. They've been saying they KKK or they racist or whatever the fuck might be.
Yeah.
But up here, it ain't like that. So if a motherfucker pop out and just start talking about he KKK, you going to shit. It was black dudes like, and I was kind of offended by this, you know what I mean?
that
Even
is
though
so true.
you're American, it was
Yeah.
black dudes attacking cab drivers during 9/11.
Yeah, I know.
When 9/11 happened, like I seen it. I seen them pull a cab driver out on Fulton and whip his ass, like motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I'm like, don't do that. That's not our fight.
Yeah.
That's not our fight. We got nothing to do with that.
Yeah. They're also the wrong people to beat up. A lot of times cab drivers are Sikhs. The
Yeah.
people with the turban are Sikhs. They're Indians.
Yeah, my girls
They have
they get
nothing to do
mistaken
with,
for Muslims all the time.
Yeah, they're not-
yeah. That's true,
So
too.
you shouldn't also just beat them up for no reason.
But that you know, we're not educated. If you taught that those are the sand niggas,
Yeah.
you understand, and they telling you that these dudes are terrorists. Even man, it's you get on a plane right now and I see you, I'm gonna look at you twice.
That's funny because I stopped thinking anybody looks at me twice.
No,
That's being in the north too long. You forget motherfuckers are like that.
Really?
It's kind of refreshing to remind.
Well, you got
yourself.
Jordans and shit. That would be the perfect
That's
disguise
kinda
though for
where I think-
ISIS, dude. It put him in some fucking Jordans, have him real like.
that's a couple.
Man, they were giving them fake ass Jordans. You would spot that shit from a mile away. Immediately be like, "What's up?"
Yep.
You gotta give him the real
He's
shit.
a real fake man. They're not springing for no real Jordans. I just don't got real Jordan funding.
I feel like if we want to take down ISIS, we got to start with the hookah spots.
You think that's where all the meetings are going down?
Plans happening at the shisha spot. Huh?
Yeah. Just mixing apple mint and finding out how to blow people up. All right, I hear you.
Yeah, you just smoke hookah and build IEDs at a rapid pace. Like, by the time this hookah's done, you should have built at least 10 IEDs.
What is IED?
I forgot.
Explosive device, something mobile. I don't know, some shit like that. Okay, so the moral of the story is okay, well, the KKK and the Kmart with the hoods up. My takeaway from that is that it's so hot in down south. You can't even really be KKK.
And it was fucking mad hot. Now you say that shit.
It's like they wanted to hate black people. They're like, not today, fam. I need to take this shit off.
But yeah, that was just a real experience, and it just was like, yo, the motherfuckers come walk around.
So it was a Nubian movement right across from the KKK movement, and y'all didn't beef?
No, I know. Y'all, I was never down with that shit. But
they didn't beef the two compounds?
They was literally
dude, it's Disney World and Universal. They're right down the block from each other. Yeah. But, you know, they figure this shit out. And
maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of how I always felt about racism in the South. It's like, we don't got to like each other, but we're not going to fight. I just don't like you. You don't like me. We'll walk by each other in a Kmart and ain't nothing.
That's why, there's more room in the South. You only need to connect at Kmart. There's more room in the South to be racist. Like, if there's the KKK in New York, what are they going to eat at 4 a.m.?
It's a fact. Really?
You gonna have Chinese food?
You go to halal cart?
You're going to go to halal cart at 4 a.m.? Like, where are you going to get food at 4 a.m.? It's very difficult to really, to completely shut out all other races in New York City. We're forced to get along.
And they feed you. The immigrant food here is the best food.
Say what?
The immigrant food here is the best food.
Oh, yeah.
The halal carts are incredible.
Who eats white food in New York?
Exactly.
Every time I go, like, other places now, I realize how great New York is. I'm like, New York is a phenomenal fucking place, yo.
Yo, because you gotta.
I went to London. It wasn't shit to eat over there.
London,
food sucks in England, but it's like.
I like London.
Why?
It was like this. All the stuff I liked about New York. One or two things I didn't, but other than that, it was all stuff I liked about New York. But
the food is trash, dog. Come on.
But the food is more high quality. Like, they're not good cooks. But the food is, like, they don't fuck with it at all. So it just tastes better. Like,
the quality of the food, like the ingredients.
I like my food with a little steroid.
I like it steroid too.
I used to think that, bro, but I don't feel that way anymore.
Nah, bro. That's why they have, like, that's why they're tiny. Like, they're soccer players and shit out there. If you want, like, the real fucking linemen, you got to have the steroids in the food. Mm-hmm. I believe in it. We have fucked up shit. And the girls, I mean, this is crazy, but it's like, we have huge tits in America for one reason.
Taking steroids.
That's
interesting.
I guarantee America got the biggest tits.
And
even on skinny chicks.
It's from the milk. They're giving the kids the milk in the school.
That's why vegans don't got bodies.
Yeah, vegans. Dude, vegans look European.
Yeah, they don't have any milk steroids. They don't have any meat steroids.
Well, except Fran from the Friend Zone podcast.
Why? She's a vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she probably had milk when she was a kid, grew up the titties, and then she got off the milk. Once you get the titties, you could go vegan.
Once you get the titties,
you got what you wanted out of it, right? Like, it's not like they go away.
Mm-hmm. It's like you won the Olympics and stopped using steroids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's Lance Armstrong. He just wanted too many Tour de France.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just get your Tour de France and get the fuck out of here. That's what it is. Anyway, let's pay these bills. Today's episode of Brilliant Idiots is brought to you by Stance Socks. People express themselves in different ways, whether it's through work, a hobby, or staying repressed and becoming another cog in the machine of life. But for some of us, it's all in what we wear. Stance has turned one of the world's most boring accessories, socks, into the most exciting by turning them into a canvas for self-expression. I'm not going to lie. I got a bunch of these Stance socks. I fucked with Stance socks before they were even advertising on this podcast, okay? I had the Ewing Knicks socks, okay? I think I even had the James Worthy. I think they had a James Worthy Lakers sock. But I had a bunch of those, and right now, they got a whole bunch of other. Nas has a sock. I think Cameron has a sock by them. But basically, by underpinning its creative roots with a relentless focus on technical innovation, Stance has redefined what socks should feel like and the role that they play in personal style. And these socks do more than just look great. There's a sock for every occasion. Casual socks with fantastic designs, dress socks to add some personality to that bland suit, even performance socks for athletes. Okay? Yes, I have had some Stance socks on. while dropping hezzies on motherfuckers all day at the gym. Stance's Legends collection celebrate human originals with a line that includes current and future NBA Hall of Famers and music legends like Biggie, Johnny Cash, A Tribe Called Quest, and Tupac. Go explore the newest and best-selling collection for truly amazing gifts that will make your loved ones smile, or shop for yourself at Stance.com. That's Stance.com. Stance, the uncommon thread. All right, Akash.
What up, bro?
Tax went to go pee again or do some coke. We don't know what it is. How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling, dog. You excited for Toronto? Canada been good to you?
Yeah, Canada has. I really fuck with Canada. I like it a lot.
You like Montreal, Toronto?
It's interesting. I like. I think Montreal is a more romantic, like beautiful city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can see
Like, there's like this kind of something the European vibe to it. It feels like you're further away from New York than you actually are. But I think to party, I prefer Toronto.
You know what bothered me about Toronto? Everybody kept being like, isn't it just like New York? And I was like, no, it's just like Toronto.
Well, it's kind of like a lighter New York, man.
It's a super lighter New York. But London, way more light New York than Toronto.
Interesting. But London's got a vibe. Have you ever can you go to Canada?
No.
You're not allowed.
I don't believe so.
It's interesting. Isn't that fucked up? Like, you just can't
allowed
go
to go
there.
to Mexico? That would be real fucked up. You allowed to go to Mexico?
Allowed to go to
Probably.
Mexico. They're not in position to say no?
They gonna allow you. They want you to come down there and buy some cocaine.
Hell yeah.
Oh, word, yeah.
So no, I fuck with
everybody
Toronto. Toronto's is a really dope city.
Shout out
man.
to the Asian chick who used to send me weed from Quebec. I appreciate you so much.
What, FedEx?
No, Canadian
Canadian Mail. Yeah, Canadian Post.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, that was the way to get drugs sent around the country. I had a buddy who in college would get all his drugs FedEx to him, or UPS. UPS is the biggest drug dealer in the world.
No,
without
UPS,
even realizing
FedEx. No, you know what's the biggest one?
What?
DHL.
Really?
Because DHL is more functional in those other countries.
Yeah, that's international shit. Yeah,
Believe
yeah.
me, when I was oh, pardon me.
It's okay.
When I was selling Special K, when I was selling ketamine, that's cat tranquilizer, I just met a dude and he was like, yo, like this girl, he used to be like, yo, hey, could you sign for this package when it comes? I'll be at work all the time. And I'm signing for packages of ketamine and don't even know it. Eventually he told me, he was like, hey, do you know anything about K? So I'm like, K, what's that? And he finally put me on, and they was actually coming in Poland Spring bottles because it looks just like water. You could shake it up, it doesn't bubble, nothing. So I didn't know what this shit was, and actually each bottle, like wholesale, is $9,000.
Whoa.
$9,000 for one bottle. So he used to have a case of 12
Bruh.
that had come all the way from Africa. And he taught me everything
108?
about it. The people who use K out there gonna know this is true. But you could pour the K like on a plate and blow it and fan it, and it turns into powder. It start crystallizing right there. Or you could put it in the microwave for a couple seconds, and you gotta keep shaking it, moving it around and playing. It turns to powder. And people use Special K in a lot of gay clubs and lesbian clubs. And then
What is the high from it? I don't understand.
I don't know what the high is, but I do know that they call it the K-hole.
Yeah, the K-hole. You go into a
They're
K-hole.
stuck.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
literally stuck, and then they got to sniff cocaine to get out of it.
So it's a low. It's a downer. It
Yeah.
brings you down.
Yep.
I don't understand the purpose of that.
It's tranquilizer. I don't know I don't want to know, because I know people have done it, and they said she was the best shit they ever did in their life.
Yo, that's why I don't want. That's why I don't want a
Horse tranquilizer.
horse tranquilizer. Yeah, no, that's why.
Tranquilize horses.
Yeah. That's why I don't like that the best shit in your life shit. That's why I don't want a girl to put her fingers in my ass.
What?
Because I don't want to know I like it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my fear is not, oh my God, this could be a scary.
I always wonder where that crave comes from. Like, you know, it's like natural for you to have sex, intercourse.
Yeah.
But like, where does it come from when you say like, stick your finger in my ass?
I don't understand it. Either porn or some shit, or like, I hope it's not you're wiping your ass and you enjoy it and you're like, maybe a girl should do this.
Yeah, I told people I used to have scalpels in my ass, weed.
So you used to plug shit
Yeah, I used to stick shit in my ass.
to get into jail.
Yeah.
To get into prison.
Yeah.
And did you enjoy it when it was up there?
No, but it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt at all.
You got a big
actually.
asshole?
That's how I felt. I
You
was
got a
like,
wide asshole,
That's how I
bro?
felt. I was like, yo, do I got a wide ass or some shit? Because
Yo, you be the worst
know,
gay dude, bro.
I'm initially thinking
You got a loose butt.
I'm thinking I'm like, this dude is crazy.
Loose butt Tex over
I'm
here.
thinking, I'm like, yo, this shit is gonna be some painful shit because I never knew how dudes did it.
Yeah.
I went to jail a couple times and like before I ever started doing it, and dudes used to be like, what? I got an ounce in here, some tobacco, 2 scalpels.
An ounce of weed?
Yeah, you can fit an ounce of weed in your ass. I have.
You?
Yes.
Not me. I don't got a loose asshole like that.
No,
dog.
you gotta break it down. You can't just put a whole ounce. You break it down. It's like shake.
Dude,
you
an
put it
ounce is a softball.
You could fit an ounce. You could fit a pointer finger, glove finger, in your ass.
That's an ounce of weed.
Ounce. Yeah.
So one,
it's literally it'd be like this skinny, like no lie.
Yeah.
And it slides right into your ass.
into your ass.
Yeah,
to
you know,
ass.
My shit, you're gonna need some saliva.
No. It don't go that easy.
Spit on
You
that
do
shit,
gotta
dog.
lube yourself up. Like,
How did you lube yourself?
I done lubed myself with ketchup.
Wait, this is not the gayest thing you ever done.
Real shit.
Son,
Yo, listen, I'm being
this shit keep
honest.
getting gayer, bro.
This is not the gayest thing you ever done.
Why ketchup?
It's not about
I
being,
stuck some stuff
it's
in my
about
ass with ketchup.
survival.
Hold on, why ketchup?
Because that's all you had on the visit floor. Somebody passing you the weed, you're on a visit, they passing you the drugs or scalpel. You can't just, and my asshole hairy. I just can't stick no shit in
So
my
why
ass.
don't you spit on it? Why would you put ketchup?
I tried to. It
You want to
dries
make it
up
tasty
fast.
for when the guy sucks it out?
Bro, you sitting there and it's like a ketchup package here, mustard. I'm like, mustard kind of spicy. Where's the ketchup? Know what I mean? And I did it. The only time that I had an issue with boofing shit was one time I had I had
Bro,
two scalpels.
I'm
I had two
fucking dying.
scalpels and one balloon in my ass, and I went to
That's
shit it out.
dangerous, bro.
I went to shit it out, and like it went out sideways. And
I'm
my ass
telling
was
you,
bleeding.
I'm telling you, that's dangerous,
Like,
man.
but I didn't get cut by the scalpel. It just was the hardness of it, because like you cover it with like cardboard, like you use a like a matchbook, and you like create a holster for the scalpel. So it just went out sideways, and it was like probably this long, and it went out sideways instead of just dropping out this way. And it ripped my ass a little bit. My ass was bleeding. I was stressed out for like 2 days. Niggas was laughing at me like, "Yeah, bro, you an amateur."
You less gay
You
than me,
can't
bro.
stuff no shit in your ass, bro.
Yo, believe me, yo. Yo,
Why don't they just make the dudes that get fucked in the ass boof all the shit? That's what they're there for.
Yo,
They got
believe
that.
it or not, yo, dudes do be getting a lot of gay dudes, and they'll get them a visit on the floor to bring back a whole bunch of shit.
Because you could stuff
How
them
much
full of
you get?
everything.
Yeah.
If you could
Yeah.
put a whole dick in
They
there,
could-
you could put 2 ounces, 3
They could
ounces.
throw the weed in the air and just open their ass and catch it.
Dude, yeah, they got like a blowhole, like a dolphin.
But
That's what this shit
it's
looks
more
like.
about survival. It's not about, you know what I mean? In prison, that's what it's about.
So if anybody says like, "Hey man, you do any gay shit in jail?" and you're just like, "No, man, fuck that," in the back of your mind, they're like, "I did put ketchup in my ass."
Yo, man, I don't give a
And
fuck.
spicy mustard
Yo,
in
you
my
know how
ass.
many? Yo, it's dudes that probably got worse stories than that. Believe it or not, it's a lot of. Yo, you know it's crazy. I
Yeah,
came on
every
Twitter.
dude that got a dick in their ass.
Which I assume is
That's
a big number.
The worst thing that can go in your ass in jail.
Yo, you know what's my other thing with like the gay shit, right?
Yeah.
A girl on Twitter the other day said, "Yeah, Tax Stone is gay." This was a big thing on Twitter 2 years ago. You didn't know? So I was like, I retweeted it. I said, "Yeah, I'm gay." Right?
Bitch.
Took all the power away from her real
Right,
fast, because
right,
she
right.
was trying to use that to do whatever. I said, "Yeah, I'm gay."
Yeah.
So she was like, "Yeah, don't try to agree with me." I said, "What the fuck?"
Ah,
Outrage, bro. That's their power.
Then I went on her timeline and I started going through the tweets, and she's there protecting gays. So I said, "Why did you try to say I was gay? Why did you try to say
Like
I
it's
was
an
gay?
insult.
Like it was an insult?
Yeah.
If you supportive of gay rights and everything, like what's your problem?" But then what I found out is that a lot of straight women use that to, you know,
Emasculate men. Because they know you'll be upset about it.
I'm not. I
But you
would
won't.
at one point. I would, and I explained this. I
Yeah.
was homophobic most of my life.
Yeah.
I also had a gay friend, close gay friend. Gay Corey was one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And we call him Gay Corey like it's another Corey, but it ain't no other Corey. But, shout out to Corey or whatever. But the thing is that I was in a gang. So being in jail, like say like if you was Muslim, say if I had a beef with a Muslim. Now the same way I am on Twitter, I was in jail in the streets. I had issues with everybody. Nobody liked me. So I was always afraid because I sold drugs in jail. And a lot of the gays buy the drugs.
Yeah.
So all I gotta do is see you talk to a gay dude for 2 minutes and somebody could lie and be like, yo, you know he fucking with the gay dude. You know what I mean? And you could literally get stabbed tomorrow when you get in the yard for that.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
So that's where my homophobia came from. I was scared of the label because I'm like, I think somebody gonna try to kill me. You know what I mean? So, and when I remember I came home from jail.
So you literally had homophobia, like you were literally afraid.
No, I was afraid of the label.
Of the label, yeah.
I'm like, nigga, man, that's and it's so crazy that when I got back into civilization, and I was fucking with some chick, and the chick was mad at me for whatever reason, and then she told somebody, yeah, he gay anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like mad offended, and I was like looking for like, where's this bitch at? Because in my mind, I'm thinking she trying to get me killed. And then I had to realize that like I was in civilization. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
That I even had the mindset that I was afraid of her saying that because I'm thinking somebody's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Then I had to sympathize with gay people, like, holy shit, these niggas be going through some shit.
Yeah.
Somebody might kill them because of their sexuality.
Absolutely.
When personally, I don't give a fuck what Andrew do with his dick, what you do with your dick, what you do with your, I don't care.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I care if a man is gay or not? I don't even care about the women you have sex with as long as they ain't mine.
Well, people care because they think that you could change, you could turn gay.
What you mean?
People think you could turn gay. They don't think it's something that you're born as. They think it's something you could turn.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Like,
I don't understand.
I think that's just in
I
you.
had a homie of mine, went to college, a good college, was like, oh, I stopped tripping off that gay shit once I found out you can't catch it. I was like, motherfucker, you 24, you just finding this out?
What I don't get is why would you want to believe you could catch it?
No, but you got to understand.
Like, why would you want that?
Look at America.
Yeah.
America is built on bashing homosexuality and certain things. And the thing is that a lot of those people that's bashing the homosexuality are actually homosexuals.
Oh, yeah.
You come out and these politicians that's voting against gay rights are gay.
Out there,
or fucking boys somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's like the weirdest shit.
That's what I say about these like white people that are holier than thou, and they try to say that they don't see color and that shit. Like,
exactly.
All right, you know how like if you're really homophobic, it probably means you're covering up this fact that you're gay. Mm-hmm. If you're really open-minded and all that kind of shit like that, like super open-minded, too open-minded, I think you're covering up the fact that you're racist. You know, it's like, what are you hiding? You don't see color. What are you hiding? Mm-hmm. What do you mean you don't see color?
Yeah, we all see color.
Of course we see color. Why you need to convince me so much that you're open-minded? Why can't you just be a regular person? Yeah. Why every 2 seconds do you need to be a hero? What are you covering up? What are you hiding? You know what I'm saying? I don't trust perfection.
You can't, because nobody's perfect.
Exactly.
That's my whole beef with the North and race issues here is no one talks about it. So it's like, I don't trust any of it. Yeah. Matter of fact, I've said this to you. One of the reasons I trusted Schultz is he was just cracking jokes about my race. I'll crack jokes about his race. I was like, oh, this is open. I know this. I know where he stands. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a joke I could tell. When you never talk about it and you get real uncomfortable when I talk about it, then it's like, why is this bothering me so much? What's he getting at?
I always tell people, like, as a white dude, I think, as a white dude who hangs out with minorities a lot, I think you have to be a little bit racist to let them know you're not racist.
That's literally what I was.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, because
if you're too white and if you're too. Now you'd be like, yo, I don't know.
I don't trust this motherfucker. Yeah. But let me make a joke about Honduras. You're like, did this racist motherfucker might not be racist. This racist motherfucker might be open-minded the way he just said.
And the more specific it is, like if you go at Honduras instead of just like Latinos or black people, then I'm like, oh, he ain't racist. He knows shit.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. You can't be racist if you know shit.
Because racism from ignorance.
Exactly. If you're not ignorant.
And that was the thing that Trevor Noah did say that I definitely felt was real when he said when you in contact, because when I was younger, I was scared of white people. Not because nobody told me to be scared of white people.
But because they always had ketchup.
Nah, but because
why white people always got ketchup.
The stories you hear, right? The way you raised, and then I was raised around white people too, but we wasn't interacting too much.
Yeah.
So when I finally went to acting school and shit, and I was in improv classes with all these white kids, I was like kind of the.
You in improv class is the funniest shit I could ever imagine. Around all these goofy ass liberal white people who think they're like, I love black people as long as they act like me.
Yeah,
seeing the funniest shit ever.
No, it took me a little while to open up. Shout out to Tada. I went to Tada. I don't know if that's still open. Google it.
Also, the gayest thing you've ever done could be going to an improv troupe called Tada.
I might be gay, right? Holy shit. Hold it. Ta-da is gay, right? Like ta-da.
Because you're saying it on some like real manly shit, but you know it's supposed to be said ta-da. like I like it. You try to thug it up a little bit. Yo, I was at ta-da. Like you almost turned it into to die. You're like, yo, I was at ta-da, bro. I'm out here to die. I don't give a fuck.
But that class helped me open up. I'm sitting there with the white kids and like they was like really trying to be cool with me. They like, hey Daryl, like hey, you want to come to our summer house this summer? And I'm like,
shut up, bitch.
Like, these are white people, you know what I mean? And then after a while, I'm like, these motherfuckers is cool as shit. You know what I mean? I end up hanging out with them and shit like that. And then, you know, I think if you start putting people in the same room, you start realizing that ideas that you might have had about that group of people or certain things, it dissipates.
That's what we need. It's important for Charlamagne and Trevor Noah, I think, to talk.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, I mean, at least for people to talk in general. Yeah. You know, like, it doesn't have to be on public platforms. It could be. I'm cool with it. Mm-hmm. Me, personally, I'm fine with it because I'm confident in what I believe, and I feel like I could get that across, right? But I think conversations, like if you want to talk with a KKK dude, do it. Find out what this guy thinks. Yeah. Find out what he wants. Does he want to kill all black people? Does he not like black people? Why doesn't he like black people? What if you and this guy actually get along on something? You know what I mean? Who knows? Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is conversation is the best thing that could possibly happen. Now, if after this conversation with Trevor and after this conversation with Charlamagne, Tommy goes out there and she still continues to have no compassion for the black experience in America, you have every right to cut that person off. Because you tried, you've made the attempt, and she didn't learn anything from that, and I guess you didn't learn anything from that. Mm-hmm. But you can't kill conversation before it starts, or else we're not going to get anywhere.
Also, I just want to repeat, I think, again, I don't think she believes she definitely doesn't believe everything she says. I'd be shocked if she believed most of what she said.
She's trolling us.
Yeah, she's trolling. She's playing the character.
The way she talks, we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
She talks aggressively.
Yeah.
A real aggressive white woman. Like when I was just watching the clip the other day, and she was like, and Rosenberg, who made you the party police and the fun police? I was like, yo, this is an entertaining ass chick. Like,
I'm not scared of you.
Yeah.
I'm young, I'm blah, blah, blah.
I could see why she caught our eye, especially just like I said, she came at the Negroes' heroes, Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
She came after the same people who Hillary had to hit up to try to get us on her side. You know what I mean?
People respect bravery, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I remember last time, I think you were on the podcast, you said that you were at some, like, Crip parade or some shit like that, and these two Bloods walked by or something. It was one or the other, but it was like just two guys walked in this big group of all Crips, and, like, there was this almost respect that they would actually do that shit flagging, right? There is respect for bravery. You might not like what someone stands for, but you will respect the bravery.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where it come from with me, because I always walk in the room, say fuck everybody, and then people like me after. They be like, yo, you're all right.
Dude, you're Tommy Lawrence. You and Tommy, bro.
This is crazy.
I know. Maybe that's your match.
Think me and Tommy should wed?
I think you should ask for a picture of her fridge to make sure she got some condiments.
That's a fact. She probably ain't got no Lawry's seasoning salt.
You call it Lawry's?
You
call it Lawry's.
Lawry's, man. You gotta have Lawry's. You gotta have motherfucking Sasson. You know what I mean? If she ain't got none of that, then that means she's definitely a white supremacist. She only eat beef jerky.
But she probably got mad Heinz, though, is what Andrew's saying. She probably got mad Heinz.
I left that ketchup life in Elmira Correctional Facility. You know?
On that note, Tax, thank you so much for coming in. Akash, thank you guys so much for coming in.
Appreciate you, beloved.
Now, as you know, Charlamagne always says, if you listen to this show and you thought that we're a bunch of fucking idiots who do things with ketchup that we shouldn't do and are finding realizations about our sexuality and hate the North for no apparent reason, and you think that we're idiots, and we probably are.
I'm definitely an idiot.
Okay, fair. But if you think that we're brilliant because we see things in the world that other people do not see, like the importance of conversation, the importance of coming together, and the importance of 24-year-old white women from South Dakota, then I guess we're brilliant as well. This has been The Brilliant Idiots, and I really botched that ending.
And
Thank you for listening.
No South Dakotian pussy.
So you got to get there. Peace. This episode has been brought to you by Viceland. Thanks, Viceland, for supporting this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots. Deezus, Nice, and the Kid Mero. You may know them as the Bodega Boys, have landed their own late-night TV show on Viceland, the TV channel from Vice. It's called Deezus and Mero, weeknights at 11 p.m. No white guys named Jibby, no A-list celebrities selling their new movie, no scripted jokes, no band, just two guys from the Bronx giving you their takes on culture, politics, sports, entertainment, and other subjects they don't know shit about. Watch Deezus and Mero on TV on Viceland every Monday through Thursday night at 11 p.m.